Hi everyone, just had to turn the mic on. Hope you all are having a good Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, wherever you happen to live. As promised last night, we're going to try starting today with some Enigmatic Incarnation. I built a 3-color version in an attempt to have slightly cleaner mana, although honestly the 4-color version is quite close to this. It's possible that some 4-color version of Incarnation is actually just going to be much better because you had access to cards like Skyplave Apparition and potentially Elspeth Conqueror's Death, but wanted to try this version. We'll see what happens, and then we'll probably pretty quickly move on to other stuff. We've got Selesnya Yorion, which I'd like to try out tonight. We've got this green-white landfall deck that did well in a recent sort of preliminary tournament, and lots of other options besides. So we're just going to kind of go where the wind takes us because Standard can be just about anything right now.
I'm done.
Tammy is done with her loud Tupperware, so now we're going to play some Enigmatic Incarnation. And Rouge, what am I pronouncing wrong? Is it Enigmatic? Rouge, thanks for the subscription. 4-month resubscriber, one of my longer running folks. It's really good to have you here. Thank you. And Grotlek, yeah, I wound up deleting the VOD. Basically, I left it on a little too long, and so recorded an entire interview I did with an esports magazine. I guess I should have made a highlight made before deleting, but I just feel weird having kind of something up there that's not gameplay and it's just me kind of chit-chatting with folks, so sorry for the missing VOD. Today we'll end the stream right on time, and that shouldn't be a problem again. I'd say you didn't miss too much. If you watch Oliver 2's Blue-White Yorion streams, you'll see Oliver playing the same deck that we were playing. It was pretty good. I guess we keep land. We do need the land, even if it's a tap land. And what's the Blight for? Lithoform Blight is just an enchantment that says draw a card on it and mildly inconveniences our opponents. So I think that Lithoform Blight is slightly more likely to have text than something like Confounding Conundrum, because decks really aren't trying to ramp extra lands right now, and a lot of the decks that are trying to ramp extra lands are landfall decks that don't care about whatever we might be doing to their lands, and so Blight is just mildly annoying. Maybe if you hit a triumph, you deal your opponent a couple of damage or something over the course of the game. Okay, so we hit this. I'm thinking this turn is just going to be Dryad and a Temple of Mystery. Just a slight risk that we get eaten by a Wicked Wolf if we do that, I guess. The other option would have been to play Temple of Mystery that turn and then just Blight, and I played my land without thinking. Now I'm wondering if I'm about to get eaten by a Wicked Wolf. Let's think.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chet. That's the goal.
Alright, I'm still gonna Blight. This is a little... Or do I? Another option would be to kill the Goose. Honestly, killing the Goose is a little bit tempting. If I had an untapped land here, I think the play is easily Dryad, play your untapped land, kill the Goose. Because we don't... Yeah, we did a big stupid by playing out that land at the wrong time. Now this turn's going to be really inefficient. I'll go for a Blight here, I think. And the opponent's going to make another food here, of course, which is why they're going to be easily able to use a Wicked Wolf if they find one. Wolfful Haven's actually a pretty good draw. Gives me another enchantment to sack to Incarnation, lets me maybe do a little bit more on one turn. I think this card is one of the better reasons to do Incarnation things. Looks like the opponent's biding their time here, and we're drawing a lot of our Enigmatic Incarnation targets, which is fine. So I could shoot the Goose, that's still an option. Could Llanowar Visionary. Kind of like the idea of going Wolfful Haven, shoot the Goose. I would rather not suffer this Goose to live, especially because Bloodchief's Thirst really does nothing against any of the other cards. They, of course, get like 2 extra foods out of this, which is a real bummer, but their deck doesn't do that much with food unless they have Trail of Crumbs, and then also a way to sacrifice the foods cheaply. Yeah, this looks like it's probably going to be Jund food with Korvold, which is now not going to come down for a little while longer. Elder Gargaroth, do I want this? Honestly, Elder Gargaroth seems pretty reasonable. It's not going to draw me cards. If I play Wolfwell Haven this turn, next turn I go Enigmatic Incarnation looking for a 3-drop. Honestly, I think I just keep this, and there's a good chance I just play it next turn. And Rickety, it turns out that our opponent is not playing mono-green food, which means Lithophore and Blight might actually help our opponent a little bit here. Still think it's better to hit one of their random lands than one of our random lands, but if it turns out we give our opponent extra color, that's something to consider for future games. So now I could go Gargroth. I am just going to go Gargroth. I feel like this decision's pretty hard for them to punish, unless they're running actual Threaten. They may just have removal, of course, but I think these decks often don't run a lot of that. And if they do go Corvold this turn, this gives me something to hit them with. And I can then Enigmatic Incarnation, sacrifice one of the 2-mana enchantments, probably my Lithophore and Blight, get Baron and bounce their Corvold. Oh crap, they did have Wicked Wolf. Well, that works, I guess. I'm going to eat 3 of their foods here. This is mildly annoying, but like, the Gargroth was not a super important part of the game plan. Enigmatic Incarnation living is my game plan. Although bouncing this Wicked Wolf is not going to work very well, so we're going to need to do something else with it. Really, we were looking to draw more of our enchantments this game and fewer of our Enigmatic Incarnation targets. Another Goose. Sure. Another Incarnation. We are really struggling with the whole draw lands plan, which is partly my fault for putting that Gargroth on top. Alright, we're just going to incarnate this turn and start trying to get something going. And we will sack this Blight because it doesn't make us mana and it's not doing anything for us right now. I don't even know what 3-drop we're going to get. We'll have to see what's left in the deck with Visionary Dryad and Nighthawk Scavenger in our hand. We were very lucky last night playing this deck not to draw too many of our good targets, but less lucky here. And El Kamisato, that's the last interview that I will ever be doing after a stream, I think, is my lesson from there. Interviews after streams are tough. So I get Lurrus. Pretty sure this is just supposed to be Setessan Champion. I think Setessan Champion gives me the best outcomes if it doesn't die, and if, you know, if Lurrus were to die, then it wouldn't matter anyway. See if we get Wolf down again here. Corvold, alright. Great. Corvold actually just crushes us. We can't kill with Heartless Axe. I have 1 more Blood Chief Thirst, and I can't even cast it right now because I don't have the mana. So we're actually just going to scoop here. We can't beat a Corvold, unfortunately. Score 1 for the version of this deck that plays Elspeth Conquers Death, I suppose. Alright, what are we boarding in? Also, the good thing about the white version of the deck is it can play a Sharn, which is incredible against this deck, obviously. We really don't have much to board in. Cling to Dust is not especially useful. They're not actually a cat deck. By the way, Gormoji and Diego, thank you for following the stream. My head's really big. Let me lean back a little. Click Submit. Alright, so... be ready to play around Wicked Wolf again. Wicked Wolf is very good against this deck. Just kind of eats a lot of the stuff that we fetch with Incarnation. And Vazriel, in answer to your question, nope, couldn't have hoped for better meta at all. And yes, Skyclave Apparition should be played in multiple copies of the version with white. It's possible that, like, black should just be cut, but honestly, the 4-color mana base is not too different from the 3-color mana base, and you pick up a lot with white. I should probably just convert this to 4-color after this match if we're going to play another game with it. We got plenty of good little tutory options to bring in. And ECD is a big game. It's probably got some Gem Razors or some Wilts or something to bring in. Yeah, the fact that we don't have a removal in the form of Apparition does make it tough to go over their value engines. We can't, like, kill a Trail of Crumbs either.
We need to become
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more it seems like it's actually really important just to be 4 colors. And Boris Life running Gem Razor in this main deck. I don't know if you're talking about food or what I'm playing here, but either way, Gem Razor seems like a pretty bad choice for this deck just because we have very few creatures to put it on. Yeah, in food it's more reasonable, although you still don't have a ton of targets. Mono green food, I think Gem Razor is just, like, you know, good enough because it's a playable green card. Glasspool Mimic, huh? Okay. I'm going to shuffle back that target for sure. Next turn we get to go Mimic into Haven, and we have our Incarnation on turn 4. Lotus Cobra. Alright, Gem Razor can go on Lotus Cobra as well. I have not seen. Mike, could you post that in the chat? I'd be interested to look it up. The Strosky version. And Rouge, I do not play any paper Magic formats. Used to be that I didn't have the money, and now it's more that I don't have the time. Oh, we should get Cardboard Live on? Cardboard Live is on. Wonderful.
Yeah, Cardboard Live is on.
Okay, opponent's got the double Cobra start here, and me without a Karavek in my deck. We are bringing in Karavek for, now that we've seen Lotus Cobra, we are definitely bringing in Karavek. I probably should have expected this because this was what was in Genki's version.
That's the goal.
I wasn't thinking hard enough about what Genki was playing, though. So if we draw a land, I'm just going to play Gargaroth and try to control this board a bit here. Playing Incarnation for a 3-drop does not appeal to me right now. Gargaroth sure is good. Definitely don't sleep on this card. Beaster card, Beaster card, Beaster card. Suppose it's a card. I'm actually pretty close to going Beast here with the opponent having no blockers of any that are good at all. Let's actually go Beast. It's like I would, if I could draw a free 3/3, I would draw a free 3/3. So pretty into this. Yeah, plenty of stuff to do in hand. Yeah, clear decision, I think. Sadly, our scry is going to get lost. So it doesn't really matter what we do here. We are in Incarnation, and I think I'm just going to get Llanowar Visionary. One thing about making the Beast is that it does turn on Claim the Firstborn for them, but that's kind of just the way of the world. There was even the option to not sack there. It's possible not sacking was fine. But actually, what I get to do now is Glasspool Mimic into a Gargaroth. That actually seems excellent. Let's do that.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chet. That's the goal.
Okay. So that's a good reason to have a couple Gargaroths in the deck.
Girdler tonight, Chet. That's the goal.
Better have some Heartless Axe, opponent. Or, you know, land into Corvold also might just beat me on the spot. We'll see. Yeah, I love this card in concept. It's never been a kind of thing I was tempted to really do. Alright, looks like the opponent had the old double Cobra, not any lands draw. We are putting in a Karavek. And I am going to cut... Probably just going to cut a Setessan Champion here. This card is very easy to kill with Claim the Firstborn. So Chaos Energy, this deck is 3 colors, it's not 4 colors, so I haven't really considered a card I can't cast with the deck. We are going to convert it to a 4-color version after this match, at which point Fabro Elder I think is a reasonable choice you could make. I think we're just dumping Thassa back in the deck since Thassa has nothing to do here. Yes, if we were playing white, we would have many different choices than what we have here. In fact, I'm pretty sure Setessan Champion is just bad. Alright, Boris Life, see you Tuesday. Enjoy your night/day. Alright, well, I'm glad we're killing this goose. After it draws them a mere 1 card. When there's a trail on the field, you get rid of the goose right away. Right away. We could wait until they use it and have them make their choice before they know their goose is dying, which would have been better, of course, but we're just warming up. It's match 1, chat. It's match 1.
Because I just get another goose.
Yeah, I mean, they'd not be unlikely to choose another goose anyway, but we'll see. Another trail. Problem is here they just have Wicked Wolf on curve, which is going to eat Setessan Champion and make me so sad. Oh, they still have the other goose anyway. All good. It's all good then. Oven, miss a land drop, miss a land drop, miss a land drop. Ooh, they missed a land. Missing a land means I might actually get to have Setessan Champion live for a little bit. Yeah, Kolga the Titan Ape is maybe a reasonable card. Alright, so I could kill this goose. Never mind. Play is absolutely kill the goose, and I guess I'm playing Blight on one of my own lands? Or am I just waiting for Setessan Champion? No, I'm playing Blight on one of my own lands, I think. Do not suffer a goose to live. No problem, my Contra. I'm going to open that up, see what it looks like. It is... Okay, so it's just regular... Yeah, I built something like this. Oh, it's Food Yorion. Never mind. I did not have Trail of Crumbs in the deck. Seems pretty decent. Definitely interested in that. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and blight my pathway here, not give our opponent colored mana. Drew the Karavek. Alright, well. We'll see how many Lotus Cobras our opponent ends up finding. Wow, Strosky crushed this tournament. Good lord.
Yeah. Pointed out that your stream is not cropping correctly.
Not cropping correctly.
Yeah, so you just...
Oh, we got some fuzziness here.
No, right. No. You just have to expand it.
Yeah, I just have to expand it because I changed the resolution a bit. Let's do. Thank you. Hey, it's a Lotus Cobra. Too bad about what's going to happen, opponent. I'm so sorry for your loss. Value. Eventually our opponent's going to draw lands and we're going to be in trouble, but maybe we win with Karavik beatdown?
Oh, that's a creature. I thought it was just a spell. It was like 4 mana, -1/-1 spell, and I was like, that's the worst spell, the worst.
Sammy, I got top 16 in the Mythic Championship with Karavik. Show some respect. Alright, so what am I doing now? This is probably just like passage for another blue source. Put Yorion in my hand. Definitely need the other blue source because Yorion's double blue. Playing out Setessan Champion doesn't super appeal to me. When I can just get claimed if my opponent has a red source, well, I definitely don't have a red source. There's not really any reason to do Champion. I guess Champion into Nightmare might draw me other enchantment. Alright, we'll go for Champion, see what happens. Nice 0-2, Aaron. We definitely don't deserve to win this, but our opponent's still one turn off of having a claim, so maybe we get to win after all. Nightmare drawing a card and being a duress later is easy value. Even drew an Omen of the Sea, that's pretty exciting. Okay. And I could save this and see what they do this turn, or I could just play it for an extra point of damage. Seems slightly better to save it. Like, slightly. Yes, Incarcerated Geneticist, I am fully aware of that, and we are trying our best to kill them with a deck whose kill speed is what one might term not fast. Alright, or you can just duress me, sure. Sure thing, that's pretty good Omen of the Sea value. 2 lands. Well, one way to save myself from a duress is just to draw both of these lands, I guess. Since we're going to get a draw trigger off the champion as well, but that's silly. If our opponent gets a little bit of value, it's just totally fine. So we're going to scrap both these to the bottom and hopefully get 2 good spells. We're going to Pelucranos. Pelucranos isn't bad. One more creature. Nice Gargaroth, maybe? No, we gave them a target. Regrets, I have a few. But Acolyte's pretty good. Maybe we just Acolyte into Treacherous Blessing. Okay, Wolf, Cobra, Strider, Corvold. Good to know, good to know. Pretty sure this turn's just going to be Acolyte into Treacherous Blessing.
You don't have Blessing.
I do in my graveyard.
Oh, is that how Acolyte? I don't know how these cards work.
Tammy, then why are you out telling me the problems with my plays?
I thought you didn't realize that they took your treasures plus.
No. Alright, so it turns out if you get to hit your 7th land drop before your opponent hits your 4th land drop, games are pretty easy. Yep, really just an Accolade Affliction deck. Alright, so we won that match through obviously great skill. Let's put some white cards in this baby. It's just there's so many pathways, it's very silly not to play like the 2 free pathways we get access to here. So we're gonna cut. Stesson Champion might be fine. I'm gonna play 1 copy though. Still like Llanowar Visionary. I think Gargaroth goes back to being a 1 of. This card is just like great. Part of me wants to play like 3 copies instead. I think Mystic Subdual is a card I've seen in these lists before, but I think it's a trap and I just want to play Lithiform Blight. Baron is pretty iffy. No, there were times I wanted it. Nice thing about Subdual is it takes away Innkeeper for a bit. There's just like so much random stuff here. We're cutting Acolyte. Probably cut a Mimic. Playing 37 lands with Wolfwillhaven, Blight, and Omen should be fine. Stick to 2 Gargaroths, I guess. I want to get some ECDs in here, but how many copies can we afford? Nighthawk Scavenger actually seems like kind of a scam. I don't know when I guess against aggro I get this card. It's just so easy to kill. Dryad is maybe a scam. Maybe Champion's a scam. Yeah, Metamized Prophecy is very good in decks like this. I should probably doing Metamized Prophecy over Lithiform Blight. The main reason I like Blight is because it's a great combo with Yasharn, which is a card I was thinking of adding to the deck here. Maybe 4 Havens is too many? Probably not. 4 Havens is probably fine. Maybe I cut a Thirst? Let's say we run 3 Metamized Prophecy. We add ECD. Incarnation. No, wait. Apparition. Getting my words wrong here. Yeah, Scavenger seems terrible. Let's cut Scavenger. What fun cards do I get access to instead? We get another 4-drop. We get Yasharn. Which, even without Lithiform Blight, it's pretty nice to have this against the food decks as a sideboard option. Let's see. So Baneslayer Angel just seems worse than Elder Gargaroth. Elspeth Conqueror's Death, I do want 1 copy of Dream Trawler for running that because I can fetch it. So do I cut one of these guys? Maybe Llanowar Visionary. It's nice to have like the card plus mana you can tutor for. Tutoring for mana especially pretty good. I could cut Baron. Baron might just be like much worse than Skyclave Apparition in almost all circumstances. Definitely don't want Tomes, Physiel. Tomes just don't fit in the deck's plan at all. We're trying to do Enigmatic Incarnation things, which means we need a bunch of creatures and a bunch of... yeah, just cut a Gargaroth, actually. I'll just cut a Gargaroth. We can't really... We don't have many ways to tutor these, and they're great to hardcast, but if we're trying to hardcast Elder Gargaroth and start winning games, then we should be playing a different deck. And now let's fix the mana base. So we've got... Temples we're just going to cut a bunch of the lands that are tapped. We're going to add a Plains. Some pathways. Castle Lochwain is now incredibly greedy, so we're going to move away from that one. Gonna get the 3rd and 4th Triomes in here, of course.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
Currently
That's the goal.
on 41 lands. We're going to cut 5 of these. Just some mixture of basics, I guess. Yeah, this seems roughly right. I'm not going to try and do like lots of fancy math here. We got 5, 9, 13, effectively 17 white sources, which means hard casting apparition is going to be tough, but we usually aren't trying to get to that anyway. Maybe add another plains and cut a forest? Sure. There, makes it a little easier to use Fatal Passage and Yasharn the way we want to. Archon, right, we need to put Archon in here somewhere. Where do I fit that in? Thank you for the reminder, chat. KS Energy. Archon, Archon, Archon. Is there one of these 4-drops that's not that good that I could cut? Maybe, No, these are all pretty good. Maybe Archon just goes in the sideboard. Archon is much better than a Rust with the Endless Web, so we'll do that.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Yeah, I think we'll stick with 1 copy. It's like, we are not a deck that generates double white very easily. Alright, we're going to try one more with this. I still think Enigmatic Incarnation seems like kind of an iffy card, and I really want to play this Strasky Selesnya deck, but we'll do one more with this, see if we can get top 40 maybe. Master Shake, yeah. The thing about playing Skyclave Apparition is that Skyclave Apparition dies a lot, and if you're relying on your second Skyclave Apparition to be a Glasspool Mimic, then your opponent can very easily just kill your Apparition before you get the chance to do that.
We need to become Aaron.
Alright, this seems like a keeper. The hand does some things. Hello, Weed and Magic. Alright, it's mono red, so we are definitely casting Elspeth's Nightmare to kill something. So, ooh.
That's the goal.
Ooh. Alright, new plan. So we're going to play Wolful Haven this turn, and the next turn we're going to play Dryad of the Elysian Grove into Minimize Prophecy, which is just so efficient. Means we are going to be behind a turn on casting Nightmare, but having Dryad into Prophecy is just so efficient. Hey, KS Energy, first time subscriber, thanks for the advice tonight, and also for your subscription, of course. By the way, something I should mention to the folks who sub to me in general is, I don't really know what I'm doing as far as like what, should not have played this, should have played this first. As far as like what to give subs, if there's something that you would want from me as a subscriber, and you can think of like a cool service to offer or something, I am all ears. No, chat! Oh, chat. Chat, no, chat, I'm warming up. God. It's fine, we didn't need this Minimize Prophecy, we don't have anything to do next turn anyway. Fortunately, this 2-4 is just going to stonewall our opponent's entire freaking mono red deck, so it doesn't matter. Okay, well, it's all good, it's all good. We're just going to Nightmare, kill this robber, and then we're just going to get Yorion into our hand. That's being able to blink Nightmare and kill something else next turn seems quite a bit better than doing Prophecy stuff. Guess we'll get double white. We can actually do all of this. Honestly, it doesn't seem like there's a great reason to play the Pathway right now, though. We're not drawing cards next turn, and it's possible that Dryad dies, and I need to be pretty careful what color I'm getting.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Miles, I'm up on Diet Mountain Dew over here. Coffee's not really a consideration. Alright, so the champions are coming through. The opponent is obviously about to cleave us, but that's fine. Definitely blocking. Because this means I just get to kill their other creature when Yorion comes down. Occasional live lessons, doing things for random subs sounds good. The problem is that it's just like there are enough subs that it's hard to give stuff to everybody, but I like the idea of like occasionally doing good stuff for random folks. Robber Charger Mountain. Alright, so my Dryad getting killed was also a great reason to play land. Cough, cough. Oh well, hopefully we're not that far behind. Scry 2. Alright, I like a lot of this. I like a lot of this. We're almost certainly going to be shuffling next turn, so it doesn't really matter what I keep on top, but Visionary is pretty good anyway. And we'll go for second black source here. That way Pathway can be my second blue source. I guess we get to scry again, but I don't really even need to. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, anyway, we're just having a nice normal Yorion draw here, and Mono Red is not really a playable deck, so we're okay. Fortunately. If you could afford to play like 2-ofs in this deck, the Dryad might be a pretty reasonable 2-of. Okay, Anax is a good one off the top. That is going to make Embercleave pretty threatening if we didn't have, you know, all the cards that we have. Oh man, I don't really get to choose any kind of card name here, do I? Unfortunately, can't really arrange to draw Llanowar Visionary, and what we're going to do now is just get Skyclave Apparition and take out this Anax. So I guess the card I'm technically most likely to draw is Omen of the Sea. So I'll name that. Mono Red got second, interesting. Okay, so we get to incarnate, we get to sacrifice the Wolf Willow Haven here. Actually, I should sack the Nightmare, right? Do I have some 4-drop that can handle Anax for a second? Oh, wait. So if I sack Nightmare, I can get Thassa? And then Thassa just taps something? Never mind, we're going to sack Nightmare, we're going to get Thassa. That's actually really easy. Okay. Also, Thassa's a creature, which is just hilarious. Okay, so we got her into turn. She doesn't blink Yorion yet, but we now have a 6/5 indestructible that just taps whatever they put Embercleave on, which is amazing. And Dread Shedham, we definitely weren't necessarily going to be blowing the Incarnation, because the Incarnation, we had a Wolfwillow Haven to sacrifice. Nope. Well, yeah, you can, sure. Why not?
We need
Here's
to
a
become
fan.
Aaron Girdler.
Occasionally people say they can hear it, most people can't hear it. But I'll start off here. Alright, so, yep, Thassa just locks our opponent down pretty much permanently here. In fact, I can just start attacking with Yorion, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can just attack with both of them now. Seems good. And what am I doing here? So how do these triggers stack? Let's find out. Definitely don't want to be auto-ordering here. So we're going to want to stack the... I guess it doesn't really matter. We're going to sack Haven and then bounce Prophecy. Oh, okay. So we want to do Incarnation first because we're going to be... That doesn't really matter, I think. Oh no, we want to blink Skyclave Apparition, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to sacrifice Wolfwillow Haven, grabbing Skyclave Apparition, eating Anax, blinking Yorion.
We need to become Aaron
Blinking
Girdler
Prophecy.
tonight. That's the goal.
Apparition. Hey, Shinonymous. Yes, much Little Beep love to you. Thank you for the kind words. And I'm doing pretty well today. We're just crushing Mono Red, which is a thing I always enjoy doing. Oh, we got a ton of follows. Good lord, I have not been, my thing has not been auto-scrolling, so thank you. Paradise, Kayao, Kevin DeRabbit, Spice Girl, JJ Czar, Tiago Phillips in Sidank,
We need to become
Togea,
Aaron
Paper Player
Girdler
MTG,
tonight. That's the goal.
Vamigo, Still Life, Renzo Arana, thank you all. And Julio, or Julio, sorry. Sometimes my pronunciation engines are not fully online. So we're tapping Intimidator, we're going to tap the token, and my opponent can ask for 2 if they really want to. Thassa is great. And hey, Spice Girl. Okay, so opponent might have a... You know what? If you have a thing, show me the thing. What could this be? It's another Embercleave, I guess. All right, so this must be another Embercleave. Am I going to lose Yorion here? Am I willing to lose Yorion to block 6 damage? What life gain am I getting out of my deck? Do I have life gain to get? I can get Luris out, and Luris is a life gain creature. Yeah, I guess I'm blocking here. Thassa just locks their whole thing down anyway. I guess we're getting Skyclave Apparition back, so this might not be that important, but I think it's pretty hard to lose from here. I might as well make sure they don't draw a bunch of burn spells or something crazy like that. Alright, the boys are back in town. Omen of the Sea is perfect. Darn it! Omen of the Sea would be perfect, except now we have to choose a frickin' card name. Oh god, chat. Why do we play this prophecy? I still think Omen is probably my best bet to pick. I give it Blood Chief's Thirst, I guess. I have 3 copies of both of those right now. Problem is if I pick Omen and then I cast Omen, it's going to look like I screwed up, even though I know how this card works. Alright, well, I'll pick Omen. I'm just going to wait. I can just play Omen next turn and just not use Enigmatic Incarnation. So if I play Omen, there's a decent chance I just turn on Thassa as an attacker, which is great. Alright, Elspeth's Nightmare doesn't actually kill anything, but it does get a 4-drop, which seems good. Since my 4-drop can be Polukranos, and Polukranos does kill something. So I'll keep Nightmare. Alright, and Polukranos is green and black to activate, so we're actually going
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal. We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Could save Omen. Don't think it's all that important, though. And I'm just going to eat this 3/3 now. I guess they could... No, wait. They could draw Robber the Rich and cast it. Royal FKR. Methosidon. Thanks for the follows. Yeah, charge is going to get haste. Might as well wait. Hey, Garrett, there isn't an infinite combo per se. You can kind of like... Given enough time, you can kind of loop back any resource you want with Acolyte of Affliction. So in that sense, there's kind of like a combo, but...
That's the goal.
Yeah, blinking this Polukranos every turn means that opponent is locked out officially. Ooh, never mind. Okay. Opponent top deck the Rimrock Knight. That's solid, that's solid. They're still really dead because Thassa can tap 2 of the creatures every turn, but that was cool. I can also just bring back a 12/12. Yeah, guess we'll just bring back a 12/12. Keeping up green black, yep. And pretty much all roads lead to Rome here. I like the idea of turning on Thassa. Okay, just as planned, we get to do some sideboarding. Banker Rob, thanks for the follow.
That's the goal.
We don't really have much in the way of, like, sideboard cards that do things. I could probably cut some Metamized Prophecy for Destiny Spinner just because Destiny Spinner blocks, which I appreciate. And it can still be sacked to Incarnation, so I think we're doing that. Gonna get an Archon in here. Probably the most useless wish target against them is, I would have said Thassa, but maybe it's not actually Thassa. What to get rid of? Could just cut one of the spinners. Probably just cut Yasharn. Yasharn doesn't really do anything against them. Okay, official mini goal for this game is to use Elspeth Conqueror's Death to get Dream Trawler. Iago, I still don't know what I'm doing, so no blame to you, drew both swamps, for not knowing which one. Alright, well, we may die here to our mana base, which is only fair. If this were a swamp, I'd be very tempted to keep this hand, but it is not, so... Alright, this hand can cast some spells. Still only somehow has 2 colors. Guess I'm supposed to keep both these pathways, actually. There's not really a reason not to. We are... Okay, that's a triome. That's a triome. We can cast all our spells now, kind of. That's good, that's good. And we get to kill Robber with Nightmare. Sadly, Nightmare on the draw does not stop Embercleave, which is bad. Really hoping it wasn't going to be Anax. Anax means we're probably doomed, since even if we kill this Robber with Nightmare, they just get a token and they get their Embercleave down. I guess in theory I could cast Champion here and hope they have absolutely nothing. Is that better than Nightmare? Yeah, I think Champion's actually a bit better than Nightmare here. I just don't see... I think I'm going to need the extra card at some point. Like, maybe there's a chance I have if they don't have Embercleave and Champion lives and I go like Elspeth's Nightmare and do Omen of the Sea or something like that. Alright, well if they have Cleave, I'm dead to Cleave. So, whoa. They drew Skyclave Apparition. That's also really bad. Alright, yeah, this deck is not supposed to beat Mono Red probably most of the time. Oh, they just had Rimrock Knight. Okay, okay, maybe that block was terrible. I was just so expecting Embercleave. The benefit to me here is they can't cast Skyclave Apparition. Okay, Bloodchief's Thirst is not terrible. We get to... I think I have to Nightmare the Robber, Thirst the Rimrock here.
We need to become Aaron Girdler
So opponent's going to
tonight,
get lots
That's
of
the goal.
tokens. Can't really afford to just kill Anax here, I think. Operaciones Garfades, thanks for the follow. Yep, Torbrand kills me, Castle Emberth also kills me. That was nice and straightforward. Okay, definitely seeing why the version of this deck that we played yesterday had a bunch of Mystic Subdual in it. Mystic Subdual is pretty cool. Oh, Karavak. Karavak actually seems pretty useful. We had a Karavak and cut a... Atris, I think, is not very good. I think games where we have time to get Atris are games we're probably winning anyway. Yes, Karavak looks very good against Anax. Definitely should have been here from the start. Goal here is to like Elspeth's Nightmare on the play and then take their Embercleave with it. Alright, this has several colors. This is the kind of hand I just have to keep because Omen of the Sea into potentially Skyclave Apparition is good enough. I think this is sadly the kind of hand I'm supposed to keep because so many of my 6-card hands are going to be awful. Oh, this hand could easily be a trap, yes, but we're going to give it the old college try. The question is, am I passaging into... no, Angel Eyes, we're definitely not playing 3 copies of that card. So we'll play Fabled Passage if our opponent has, like, a 1-drop. Maybe we get the black mana for Thirst. But yeah, I think it's blue. We have this Yorion. Alright, opponent doesn't even make a 1-drop, so easy blue mana. Okay, so we're going to play our white source out here. In case we hit another white source, we can open up Skyclave Apparition. Yes, Mono Red did the Mono Red thing in Mold to 5, which I appreciate. Alright, so before this thing attacks, I guess I'm supposed to Omen... I guess the problem is if I Omen, then normally I would just stack a land on top. Yeah. Yeah, I might as well. I mean, there's got to be some benefit to getting information here. Gargaroth, Elspeth's Nightmare. Alright, so I think I give them Elspeth's Nightmare. No, wait, I'm going to draw whatever. Alright, so I just draw Gargaroth and I keep Elspeth's Nightmare and they can have that, because it's probably not going to be very good for them. Yeah, we'll do that.
We need
Drew
to
the Gargaroth, though, so now things are looking up.
That's the goal.
Yeah, Omen afterwards, maybe better there. Like the idea of heading up with something useless. Alright, we get Destiny Spinner. It's actually kind of reasonable. I think we'll just do that. And Troy Berger, sorry, the VOD had an error. Namely that I left the camera on for a long time after the stream was finished, so it just caught a bunch of daily life. By which I mean I did an interview, and did the whole interview on camera, which was not what I was looking for. Alright. Sure, just get Heartless Act. Who cares? Why not? At least they didn't save that to kill Gargaroth. That would have been bad. Alright, so any land that makes black mana is amazing. Speaking of which, can't lose. Everything is perfect. Deck's perfect. We're perfect. Awakened. Apples and fruits. Thank you for following. You must have brought good luck. One of you probably brought good luck. Yeah, Destiny Spanner's a neat card. It's one of those that's like almost been good so many times. Relic Robber. Okay, it's a rogue. Gonna take some damage off this thing. It's not unreasonable. Oh my god. Chat, Yorion just gets rid of the Relic Robber token, which is amazing. I am, of course, going to play Elder Gargaroth now, but later we can use Yorion to get rid of the Relic Robber token, which is fantastic. Okay, opponent has assembled enough toughness to block an Elder Gargaroth. Yeah, Yorion recasting Elspeth would have been fine too. I just wanted to get Gargaroth into play, but we had many roads to lead to Rome, so play here I think is just Thirst the Rimrock. If I swing and they trade everything, I just play Yorion. Are they really ever winning at that point? I eat Robber Anax to get 3 tokens though, it's a lot of tokens. I'll kill the Rimrock to give them no good block with Anax, and I think I just make a token. Put Yorion into my hand. Definitely playing this. Good start. Yes, Rimrock can't block. The opponent has 6 power worth of blockers here. The reason we're killing Rimrock, chat, is to get the power off of Anax. Anax having 1 less devotion means that they actually can't kill Elder Gargaroth when it attacks here, which is very valuable to me. So that is my current plan. If my opponent makes 3 tokens, Rimrock lives, I just play Yorion. That's also fine, but I'd rather keep Gargaroth in play, I think. So now opponent can't block Gargaroth profitably anymore. Swing, make a 3/3. Opponent could still draw Embercleave, and that could be pretty bad if it happened. That would be actually very bad if it happened, but we're going to hope they whiff on that for a turn. You could draw like a Burn Spell or a Rimrock Knight or something, hit me with Anax, and then have like Stomp plus a Burn Spell take out Gargaroth, but with Yorion's coming down 2 turns in a row, I'm willing to do that. Another Relic Robber. Yeah, not... I don't know about this card. Do not know about this card. Julio Bernabe, how do you propose killing Anax? We had 1 black mana and 1 white mana, so there was, I'm pretty sure no legal way to do that. Unless you mean attacking and hoping they just block with Anax, but if we attack and then we lose Gargaroth, then a cleave on the Rimrock Knight is still a horrible news for us. So I think we had to play it like we did there. At this point, definitely just down to swing with Gargaroth, and if they want to block with Anax, me having Yorion makes Embercleave much less dangerous, so we'll do that. In Paper Magic. Just pretending we have mana we didn't have, maybe. Being extra confident. Definitely not Elspething this turn. I think just playing a 4/5 flyer is much better than that. Well, yeah, we just want to be mana efficient here. We're going to draw our card, we're going to get rid of this thing that's dealing damage to me. Why does Yorion help against Embercleave? It blocks? I feel like this is a straightforward enough answer. Yorion blocks. Like, my opponent's Embercleave is quite, you know... Oh, that's a Karavek. And I even have lands to play it? Alright, a Karavek and a white source is the best thing we could have hoped for there, pretty much. So we're going to keep both of those. Opponent failed to draw Embercleave, and their Mold 5 is not going to get them there. And at this point, they're just looking to trade off a Stomp against a Beast, which is fine. I accept your offer. Yeah, Yorion's just massive. Yes, the Triumph is not a white Triumph. Easy confusion. Okay, well, I guess they kind of lost a lot of the tokens that made Karavik better, but Karavik is still lit. Honestly, it's probably just better to Skyclave the Bone Crusher and kill the Relic Robber now. Darn it, Karavik would be fun, but now we're just gonna kill them, so it's not as necessary. Torbrand confirmed, kind of cute, kind of useless. Alright, so Karavek still doesn't... Alright, we'll cast Omen here to start. We still have Yorion up after that to bounce the Nightmare and kill the Torbrand. And maybe we'll just find a removal spell now and end the game with that. Attack with everything in Karavek could work as well, but we can just blink Elspeth's Nightmare, so I don't think it's that necessary. So we'll just crack the passage now, before we start scrying. Yeah, all roads lead to Rome here. We're, unless there's a Banefire in the format that I forgot about, our opponent should be on the no outer. Oh, Banefire is in the format. Well, that's fun. We get to see if our opponent's doing that. Well, Kevlar Man, the reason not to downgrade the Toblerone is just to kill it, right? This 1/1 token isn't really important to kill, and I'd rather they have a 3/3. I'd rather they have a 1/1 than a 3/3. Alright, well, we officially got... We are not quite top 40, but it was a pretty good game nonetheless. Now let's move on to the Strosky Selesnya Yorion deck, which looks pretty fun. It kind of takes the mono green food engine and then adds Yorion to it, which is obviously Yorion is very good. I'm not seeing any Feasting Troll King, which makes me a little sad, but also seems correct. Alright, let's copy this to Arena. Bring it on in. Well, actually, let's check out the daily deals first, chat. I always try to check my daily deals, because you never know when they're going to offer, like, gems for free or whatever. Blazing Volley card style. Aw, man. Not playing Fave Wishes anymore. I have no reason to get that. I will take this Brushfire Elemental, though. That is pretty good card. Okay, green, white, Strosky. Ooh, Strasky playing a Pretty Plains? That is a Pretty Plains. Oh, this deck is just playing 4 Yori and no companion to have more Goose Trails? Oh, I love it, chat. I love it. It's just 4 Yori in the main deck. I'm entranced. I'm intrigued and entranced, and my goodness. This is going to be so fun. There's a Kogla too. Oh yeah, chat. Oh yeah. Let's go. Weed Magic, I don't know. This might be my favorite deck. Playing 4 Yori in main deck is good fun. Watch Wolvesy, thanks for the follow. Young Sign, I don't know if this is running the anti-sack board. It probably should be, given that this is such a food meta. Trail, I've got Florahedron to Wolf, and I've also got Trail Double Wolf. Beautiful. That's a goose. That's a goose, chat. Honk, honk. Honk, honk.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Well, hello from San Diego, Ehsan Vojdani. Good to see some Australians represented today. Goose is loose. Yeah, the big problem with playing the 80-card version of this deck, of course, is that you get stuff like the Goose Trail combo lining up much less often. I appreciate this being a 60-card deck. Although seeing this makes me wonder if there's like a green-blue version that also plays Yorion, but just gets access to cards like Sublime Epiphany as an Omen of the Sea as well. But Skyclave Apparition is ridiculous, so probably just playing a version of this deck that has Skyclave Apparition and it seems great. Let me take a look at the list also, I don't really know what's in this deck. 4 Skyclave Apparition, 2 Charming Prince. Yeah, Charming Prince is also absurd, plus also with Conqueror's Death. White seems great. Andre Strasky, good deck builder. Confirmed. FLN88, thanks for the follow. And Void Beyond Void, I'd be surprised if Pacifism was great against them. I mean, it's a way to shut down their creatures, but at the same time, you also, they can just Witch's Oven their creatures, and I think most food decks do play at least 1 Witch's Oven. I mean, at least 2. Ehsan Vojdani, what are my top decks after bans? Well, I don't know. Format's young. I think that Yorion Sky Nomad is kind of an absurd Magic card, so I think playing decks that have access to that effect seems really strong. Pretty sure this just looks like mono green aggro. I guess the move is just Florahedron this turn. Do I want to play this as a creature? Probably they've already used a Primal Might. Yeah, I'll just go for Florahedron this turn. Yeah, the fact that you can turn Timber into Yorion is also pretty sick. I have not been impressed with Turn Timber Symbiosis much as a card in this format, but all you really need is like one game-breakingly powerful target to look for. Alright, so Tangled Florahedron at least saved us 1 damage there, and look, it's Turn Timber Symbiosis, although because we have Kogla in hand, this is definitely just coming down tapped. We're just going to Wolf down the 1/1. I guess we could actually play the Forest this turn. Yeah, I kind of think there's a decent chance I end up wanting to make the Wolf indestructible. I might as well be able to get a card off of that. I think the 3 damage off Symbiosis probably doesn't matter given that we're casting Kogla. And okay, Brian Gottlieb built this list. Brian Gottlieb also a great deck builder, so still not surprised. Opponent does not have a Great Henge. A Great Henge there might have helped them stay in the game, but now they're just having problems. Alright, Temple of Plenty. So I could just make a wolf, eat the mammoth, eat my last food, draw a card off trail, or I could just Kogla. Feels like this is supposed to just be Kogla, because it sets me up for Great Henge as well. We'll just do that. Cog Champ. Oh yeah, Cog Champ. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, what are we eating? What is my opinion on Gem Razor Julio Bernat? I don't know, play a couple of copies in your green decks probably. It depends on a lot of things, like how many targets do you have to mutate it. But there are a lot of targets for it, so I think it's a pretty... It's gonna have a lot of chances to do its job, I think. I guess I'm killing Mammoth here. It's the creature that is actually... can actually attack and stuff. Hello, Fasu C6. Hello in Buenos Aires. Kemin, thanks for the follow. One of my favorite things is just knowing where everybody is watching from. So are there other non-US folks watching right now? Anybody who's in an especially exotic locale? Because I would be interested to hear about it. Alright, so we're ramming through Kogli here, I assume. Oh, this is a rewarding question. Thanks everybody for giving me those deets. Totally don't want to steal your identities or anything. Whoops, nope, don't want to be doing that. Raskolnikov in Germany. Germany's exotic enough. Everything is exotic in its own way. Australia is pretty exotic, Snow Monkey. Sindreed, I love spending gems on premium products. What are you talking about? Inferior. Alright. Pretty sure it's worth making this block to not take 5, given the way the game is looking.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
No, this deck has no direct damage. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna wait until I have mana for this trail. North Dakota is quite exotic, Drunken Vike.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, really want another food source. So what I can do now is I can cast Great Henge. Can't cast Wicked Wolf after casting Great Henge, so I'm just gaining 2 life. That seems bad. This turn I think is just going to be Wolf down the Swarm Shambler. Let's play Temple of Plenty first, see if that makes me change my mind about anything. Yorion Sky Nomad, deal. You've got yourself a deal. Okay, so the thing that could save them here would be... Okay, Great Henge is pretty good. I was going to say Gem Razor, but Great Henge is also very good. Alright, now we got a game on our hands. Double Wicked Wolf and Great Henge hopefully beat Great Henge by itself, but we'll see. Okay, they drew a forest, that's good. So if this Mammoth attacks, we are definitely double blocking. And losing 1 wolf, I think, is worth trading for the Mammoth at this point. I don't know if attacking is a mistake. I mean, they have to attack at some point if they're ever going to win the game. Huh. So, okay, so stacking does matter there. Yeah, that's the problem. The fact that the stack works like that does mean attacking was a mistake. Whoever said attacking was a mistake was correct, so... Huh. Now I'm just like a little bit puzzled about how the stack works, which is like a sad thing to admit. Anyway, we're just going to Great Henge now, and we're going to cast Yorion after doing that. So we got the triggers on stack. So this is going to be an interesting exercise. We're going to see if I can figure out how to properly stack the food trigger and the... We're bounce everything, of course, here because they all draw cards when they come back with the Henge. Jeez, this is broken. Okay. Yeah, Yorion Henge is the thing I've been thinking about for a while, and I love seeing it executed in this way. Definitely want to make foods first. Certainly going to be fighting this Mammoth. Not fight anything here. And we're gonna go ahead and sack a food here. Right, this is the wolf that's fighting, right? Yeah. Okay. And all we really need now is a nice ECD. So I can take out their henge. Skyclave Apparition. Gotta be second Yorion though. Second Yorion's too good. Too good. Okay, that all worked out somehow. Yeah, blocking order is just left to right then? Cool. Alright, that was great. I think I want another glass casket. Presumably want the ECD as well. Shadow of the Sky, I guess, supposed to come in here. Omen of the Sun is like pretty medium. What's bad? What's first thing what's bad against them? Honestly, everything seems great. Llanowar Visionary in this deck too? Sick. Llanowar Visionary actually probably kind of bad. It like is a miserable blocker. It's kind of expensive. It doesn't work well with Shadow of the Sky. I think we cut Visionaries. Maybe just stick it like that. Omen of the Sun does not seem that compelling. Charming Prince is maybe a little bit iffy. Let's see, Charming Prince maybe being worth cutting. Scavenging Ooze seems okay, except for that a lot of their stuff... We're not killing a lot of their stuff, but Ooze is still probably better than Prince. Let's add 2 Ooze. Okay, we'll try this. I don't know. I don't really know what the sideboard plan's supposed to be here. Yeah, Healad's Intervention can kill Stonecoil, Serpent, and Great Henge. I think that's a little bit narrow. Healad, if it's just killing Great Henge, is definitely way too narrow. Against aggro decks, you can't really afford to have, like, dead cards stuck in your hand like that. B-Mats, watching boxing tonight? No, I am not a viewer of that sport. Nothing against boxing, I just... you can only follow so many things, and following Magic and professional Pokemon, and pretty much those 2 things is enough. Yeah, Charming Prince Kogla is pretty lit too. Gotta say that's a tempting one. Lomachenko against Lopez Jr. Yeah, those names mean nothing to me. Not Pokemon TCG, more like Pokemon... Oh, crap. Okay, fortunately, we have Skyclave Apparition, so it's all fine. I was gonna say, it's pretty unfair of them to have a 2-drop that I can't glass casket. Yeah, maybe supposed to be Vivian on the draw. I'm a little bit nervous about having like 5 drops in the deck generally. It's possible that Vivian's better than the Great Henge, maybe? Yeah, I watch the Pokemon video game. I also play Pokemon Ranbats at a relatively high level.
That's the goal.
Alright, well now this is just silly. Double Skyclave Apparition is, should be nigh unbeatable, especially with the Yorion backup plan we have here. Alright, I'm attacking Goose too. Honk honk. Yeah, I play Smogon rules. I just play Ranbats. As a player, I just play Ranbats. I watch everything, but I play Ranbats. I've gotten to rank 2 on the Ranbats ladder before. I've never been rank 1. Always a regret. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and eat this mammoth now. You don't get to have creatures in play at all, opponent. You don't get to have creatures in play at all. None of that nonsense. Thank you very much.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Alright, you got a Great Henge in your hand, opponent? You got a Great Henge and a Primal Might and a Ram through in your hand right now? What made you think you were allowed to resolve creatures? That's what I'd like to know. But we got Gemrazor? We got Gemrazor joining the party? Yeah, Skyclave Russian is the best white card printed in... Well... Yeah, it's better than ECD. It's better than ECD, which makes it the best white card printed in quite a while.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Hey, BMath, a new username. DJ Blastermaster, thanks all for following. Yeah, I played Net Battle when I was 14, and then at one point someone was like... I think I was talking about that experience with someone, and they were just like, hey, did you know there's actual, just like, regular Pokemon things you can do now? And I was like, really? I was so excited, chat. Alright, so... Definitely just Yorioning this turn. Both of their creatures are better than 4/4 tokens, so we are going to eat both of them. We're going to get 2 food off these Goose as well. Yorion Goose is so fun.
Tonight, chat. That's the
Love
goal.
doing that. Pokemon Ranbats is available on PokemonShowdown.com. You basically just get a random team of Pokemon, and you play it against another random team of Pokemon. All the Pokemon are generally fully evolved, or at least have a good reason not to be fully evolved, and the teams are set up such that Pokemon are level balanced a bit. The Kyogres and the Groudons of the world are lower leveled than the the Furfrows or whatever, and it's just really fun. You don't see what your opponent's team is ahead of time, so there's lots of guessing and bluffing and trying to arrange it so whatever last Pokemon you have beats the last Pokemon they have. Yeah, Gideon might be the last good white card. Alright, we have Great Henge into Scavenging Ooze now, which is sick. Opponent can't even attack. This is just ridiculous. I love it. I love it, chat. This deck is so fun. I love it. Alright, so the question is, I'm playing a Miria's Call. I don't have any creatures in the graveyard, so can't really leave Ooze up anyway. Let's do this. And if I draw some other land, we'll keep the call in hand, of course. Do I play this? I think I actually keep this in hand. I think the extra land does not provide me with that much value right now. Close call, this might be wrong. Oh, I should have attacked with Yorion there, of course. There was no reason not to attack with Yorion. I just forgot what was going on because there was so much value. Somebody punt me for that, please. Missing 4 damage is definitely worth a few chinups. Yeah, I have 7 off of Goose and Henchman. Oh, no! No, I had Kevlar Man. You had to go and say it. You had to go and say it, Kevlar Man. Gosh. What a beating. F in the chat for Great Henge. Thank you, chat. Also, I shouldn't be attacking with Yorion. They have 4/4s. Actually, that term is actually perfect. I should have thought about it, and I will do chinups because I should have thought about it, but the term was actually perfect. Anyway, we now have Wicked Wolf and multiple Gilded Geese, so I think we're going to be okay anyway. We just wolf down this Gem Razor, right? Alright, let me unpunt. There we go. Okay. So we just eat Gem Razor, and I think at this point I'm going to play Amiri's Call as a land just because making food with these geese is so good with Wicked Wolf in play that you actually do want to do that stuff. Fight you. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, the standard is in a great spot. Although honestly, this Yorion deck feels like... It feels like this Yorion deck could still get beaten down by other Yorion decks. Which is nice. I could have played this, taken 3 damage. No, I actually needed a double green for Wolf, so I didn't have Ooze up this turn anyway. I'm not attacking with Yorion because my opponent has multiple 4/4s they could attack me back with. At this point, maybe I'm supposed to be attacking. I'm actually deliberately didn't do it that turn because I think we're just going to win the long game. No, everybody's spoiling the results of the CFP Showdown. RIP. Yeah, but like not being able to beat Dream Trawler is a thing. Alright, so... Opponent is fighting hard, but Scavenging Ooze is now a 5/5. Oh, that's a Trail of Crumbs. What are they supposed to do, chat? What are they supposed to do? Alright, now we're going to start attacking, because we have Ooze too. Let's just get in. No, it's okay. There's no expectation. Please feel free to talk about games and stuff. I'm very much mocking. This is like me being a bit mocking. I'm not actually angry. You are fine, yes. Alright, so we're gonna hit these things up. Jam Trail. I'm just being impatient, Patrick. I think we're far enough ahead in this game. We should really be able to lose. Ooze could have been big, but also I'm not spending green mana on Ooze for a long time is a big thing. Like, we have 2 geese that need to make foods. We have a Trail of Crumbs we need to cast this turn. I am going to go ahead and crack a food for green here. We're going to deliberately pay white here for the trail. Take an Apparition, sure. And we'll use the goose to make another food with the spare green. Oh, I love this deck so much. No! Someone wanted to kill some gilded geese, and someone doesn't have access to Crawl Harpooner anymore. Lord of mercy. I feel like Jolly Flying Man, the reason not to run Troll King is the same reason you don't run cards most of the time in decks that seem plausible for them, is like, there's just not room. What are you cutting for Troll King? Run afoul is pretty sus. Alright, so before we get into the next game, I did forget about attacking with Yorion, so I at least owe you all a few chin-ups. We may or may not do a lot of them because I don't have my fan on right now. Things are pretty sweaty in here. Ugh. Okay. Alright, Aaron, remember to think harder before you choose not to attack with stuff. Okay, we did our penance. Body and mind, chat. Body and mind. Ollie Antrazi knows, and now you know too. Yes, I wasn't sure what I was going to do before I got up there. Pedesto, it's going to be a little bit of more training before I can get to the point of doing clapping chin-ups, unfortunately. Wow. Huh. So, this is almost definitely Goose on one hand. I want to think a little bit about sequencing here, like... Nah, it's just Goose on one. We can just play this next turn if we have to. If we had a land, we're really going to want to play this Florahedron, so... I think it's worth Goosey on one. It is for you an untapped land, it could have the wolf. So now we're just going to go with... Yeah, this is just Florahedron. So if they have a stomp, it's a little sad, but we'll be okay, I think. Goose down, it's fine.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Jack.
Trail of Crumbs, darn it. Opponent saw it was coming. They saw the future. Brolin, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I got really fat in quarantine, chat. I did not make me breathing that hard after that. Snow Monkey, we didn't need the Plains for Skyclave, we had the Temple. Given that I'm up against Rakdos midrange, I just don't want to be drawing extra lands that I don't need. So that's kind of a big concern here. However, Wicked Wolf messes up this deck pretty badly. It's possible I did want the land, though. We have Visionary. Do I Wolf down the 2/2 now? Yeah, I want Wolf in play. So that we can start using Trail for 1 mana.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chet. That's the goal.
Hey, Flying MTG, we're doing great. Undefeated tonight. Crushing with a bunch of fun decks that all play Yorion in them. Dude4552, thanks for the follow. No Croxes yet, you'll love to see it. I don't think they can really beat a Wicked Wolf +2 Trail of Crumbs. Rankle's not going to make us sack this. Maybe if they run Grasp of Darkness or something like that. Extinction Event, not Eat to Extinction. Okay, Rankle's in. Rankle is not bad. Except we have Skyclave Apparition, so it is pretty bad, but you know, they're trying. The opponent is definitely trying. So I think we just want to keep both trails, I think, right? I'm just going to discard a Visionary and sack Florahedron here. Opponent did not discard a Rankle. Great. Too true, Iago. Too true. No, Yorion, you were so castable. You were supposed to be the chosen one. Alright, well, we just get to... We're actually just hitting our opponent really hard right now. If they don't... If they don't have something to do, they're just going to get beaten down by random 2/2s and 3/3s, which of course is the best kind of magic. Alright, so this is the opponent having removal for Skyclave Apparition and trying to ambush us, and we are going to, well, we'll start with Trail of Crumbs. Good luck with that plan, opponent. You do you, buddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
We need to become Aaron Girdler.
My goodness gracious.
That's the goal.
Alright, we're gonna hold up this Visionary, I think. It would be nice to be able to draw a card off the trails end of turn here, I think. Attacking was also probably fine. Zigzag, thanks for the follow. Ooh, MTG bot, thanks for helping out Zigzag there. I do not have my own Discord. There are just so many good Magic Discords, I feel like adding another one is kind of redundant. But I recommend the Arena Decklist Discord, as well as Sam Black's Discord. Which, if you search Sam Black Discord, I think you'll probably find it. Alright, so there's no real reason to use Wolf here. Opponent's just holding up all their mana. Like, they shouldn't have any way to kill Wolf anyway? But I'm gonna just untap. Like, whatever. Give me your best shot. Swing with Wolf and Apparition, hold up Yorion mana. Opponent can try to kill Apparition to snipe Wolf, but we just sack a food. Wicked Wolf is just absurd. Yeah, that was inevitable. When they block, we get to draw 2 cards. This is insane. I think it's actually Goose. Like, having a reliable food source seems pretty important. Sure, so opponent's hoping I'm going to screw up and try to eat this food again in response, but that's not happening. We're going to wait before they remove those counters, and then we'll add another counter. Good try, though.
We need to become
A Bane, thanks for following. Same to you, Phalaris. Ooh, what to choose, what to choose, what to choose. Hey there, Kogla, how's it going? Opponent really tried to kill this first Wicked Wolf, but they're not going to quite get there. Go to Anubis. We won both matches with that deck, but they were by the skin of our teeth. Oh, last night. Oh, we won that match by the skin of our teeth too. Every Enigmatic Incarnation deck game feels precarious, whereas playing with this green-white deck feels like we're just crushing people. Hey, Zach, 6-month resubscriber, one of the oldest subscribers I have. Thank you very much for your support. I'm glad that I'm able to produce the kind of content that keeps you coming back. Rakdos. Rakdos, Rakdos, Rakdos. So... definitely want Oozes. Definitely want Vivian, I would think. Elspeth Conqueror's Death has probably not enough targets to be exciting. Glass Casket's definitely not exciting. Great Henge seems like a little bit too hard to resolve, I think, most of the time. Kogla might be pretty bad. It, like, does the fight thing, but it trades with Kroxa. Trading with Kroxa is not that exciting to me. And it's expensive. Moment of the Sun's okay with all the Yorions. Great Henge, Great Henge, Great Henge. We have no Kazandu MS. This card's kind of hard to resolve. Charming Prince just kind of dies to Stomp, so we could cut this. How plausible is it we actually get to resolve a Great Henge in a game where... I think I'm cutting the henges? We'll see. Maybe that's just wrong, but I'm just like afraid of that getting stuck in my hand and getting discarded by Kroxa. Yeah, Casket might be better than ECD there. ECD has Rankle and Liliana as targets. Yeah, maybe Casket's good for Kroxa. We have 4 Skyclave Apparition and we have the 2 Caskets in the deck already. And Casket's only target really in their deck is Kroxa. ECD doesn't have many targets either, of course, so maybe ECD is just really bad and I forgot to remove it or something. Well, his hand. This'll do. This'll do. We'll keep this. Play out Goose. Yes, maybe it gets stomped, but whatever. We have plenty of other stomp targets in this hand, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. Just a Kroxa. That's fine. Let me get rid of... probably just Visionary here, I would think. Maybe Prince. Probably Prince. Get the engine rolling. Team of the Wizard, I love this deck. This deck seems incredible so far. It just feels very smooth to play out. Opponent probably going to kill my Goose here. I'm just going to be looking for lands. Yeah, they should definitely go back to Eldraine. The theme is great, adventures are great. Just need to be a little careful with that power level. I guess I'm just taking Florahedron here. Do need to be hitting land drops. And... huh. This is awkward, but I think it's just Tangled Veil go? I really need this Ooze to eat a Kroxa. I don't really want to run into whatever removal spell they happen to have in hand. Do need another white source before I can feel at all comfortable about this game, but... I'd also like them not to kill another Kroxa. Thank you. Alright, Forest is actually awesome. So we're going to mill the first Kroxa now, and they shouldn't be able to get a second Kroxa out here. Why no play Ooze? Well, no play Ooze because their deck has like 15 removal spells in it, and if Ooze just gets stomped, then I can't get rid of their Kroxa, and that's very sad. If their deck doesn't have a Kroxa, we should probably be able to beat it almost every time. There's Murderous Rider, sure. In response, I'm eating... no, nothing in particular. So if I draw a land next turn, I just get to play Wolf, eat something, and have Trail of Crumbs up. And if I don't draw a land, I'm drawing a spell. Interesting. You got another Kroxa there? Are they going to Shredded Sales a food token? They Shredded Sales a food token, chat! That's so broken! No! That's incredibly sad. Alright, so do I play Wolf? I actually just want to play Visionary. I think I just want to keep hitting land drops. Maybe that's dumb. I guess I have Yorion, so if I draw Plains next turn, I get to bounce Wolf and Trail, which seems absurd. Alright, we'll go Wolf here. It's close. Wolf is like such a valuable commodity, but we don't have any easy way to get food. Okay, opponent tops their Scry, has another Kroxa. I think I'm losing Apparition here. I definitely need this to have a play next turn, and Yorion seems too good to get rid of right now. Is their last card a Mountain? It was another Kroxa. Okay, okay. Well, now I'm getting rid of Yorion because we really need to keep Apparition in hand to make sure Kroxa doesn't get going. Yeah, it's a little sad, but without white sources, I just need to be making plays and adding mana and stuff. I think another Trail. I like that. Oh, I can't play Apparition, chat. That was dumb. Alright. Alright, well I'm just going to play Trail here, and then we can use Wicked Wolf to get 2 cards. Hopefully one of them is going to be a white source. And actually, we're going to use Wolf now. The reason is I have a lot of tapped white lands in my deck, and I would rather be able to play one of those now if I find one. Okay, I'm taking Visionary here over the land, I think. I need to discard something to Crocs when it comes back anyway, and now I'll take the white source. Great. Okay, so the nice thing about the double trail is my opponent can't get rid of these, so even if they can kind of whittle down my resources here, every Gilded Goose I draw is just incredible. And quick notice here. Try to remember not to refer to unknown opponents as he when we can, especially when their name is Lily. I feel like there's a better than usual chance that we've slightly misgendered someone by doing that. Iago, it's a mixed bag. I would say most of the time I play better when it's in like silence and there's no distractions. I do talk to myself even when I'm playing silently some of the time, but having to interact and talk through things is often a little bit tricky. Okay, so Croxa comes out. I'm just going to discard this Visionary. It's not that powerful. I'd rather draw 2 cards off of this food next turn with the double trail. Croxa can't even come back now. Not for a long time. This Croxa deck is such a scam. Yeah, I definitely catch myself sometimes. Would never deny that, but... Alright, well, let's, crunch. Alright, opponent's just kind of given up at this point. Can't say I blame them. Honestly, maybe Prince was better there, but I don't really care. Alright, Joey Miller, 10-minute timeout for you. Let's not talk about risque stuff on the stream. Not an official rule, but also one of those things I would hope not to have to talk through too much. I'd hope it would be kind of obvious. Let's go into...
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
But that's alright, you can come back. This is just a nice warning to everybody. Dowda Buddha, thanks for the follow. Alright, and we'll see this Croxa. Alright, I'll play Goose. There we go. Now we have mana to eat Croxa if we want to. We have the food we can stack if we want to. Everything is in place. Yeah, the Abyss plus Divination confirmed pretty good. Yeah, we definitely don't need to ooze Croxa because our opponent has like 2 cards in their graveyard. And that's game. And yeah, Blatel, it's just a habit of speech that I had to train out of myself. And it's one that I now just find like slightly annoying when I hear it used, which is not, doesn't mean anybody's evil for doing it or anything. It just means I'm trying to slowly bring about a world in which there is less of it. Yeah, Shadow of the Sky Wicked Wolf's also a thing, which is great. Is there any changes I want to make to this deck? This deck feels lit so far. I feel like I don't want to touch it. It's like a sacred object. Omen of the Sun is like a little weird. It's like, is this really the most powerful thing we can be doing in our Yorion deck? But I'm just going to stick to my guns. This is amazing. Pokemon Showdown, wrecked. Pokemon Showdown. Random battles. Yeah, I remember playing Yorion in Sultai Food back in the day. Blinking Cauldron Familiars. That was fun. Akatolin, thanks for the follow. Akatolin. Akatolin, capital N. Alright, opponent's also on Yorion. This is going to be interesting. We've got the Commander Yorion over here. Awkward. Commander Companion Yorion. Nico the King, yeah, if you ask me after this match, I will try to show off the green-white landfall deck. It's a list I took from a tournament result. It's not my own creation by any means. I think the person who built it for the tournament may have taken it from Li Shi Tian, not sure. Alright, so this is just a jam Visionary turn. Just going to try and cycle through the deck a little bit. Opponent looks like they're probably playing the blue-white Yorion Blink list. which is going to make this an interesting fight. We're going to be using Skyclave Apparitions pretty proactively to take out stuff like the Birth of Meletus, for example. Our opponent probably doesn't have much in the way of mass removal before sideboarding. At least that's the hope, so we're going to try and hope we don't get too punished for all these Skyclave Apparitions. I think the blue-white deck just has more good cards it can play. I feel like having the companion there is not such a bad thing, but could be wrong. Alright, opponent's chosen to casket the Visionary. Makes sense, makes sense. Judge Jester, we played that list on yesterday's stream, although unfortunately the VOD is not available right now. And it was weird. It was definitely weird. It was interesting also. Okay, so we're going to do this tapped. I guess we're just Omen of the Sunning this turn here. Keep the beats going. Opponent could be running counterspells. They could also be running Shatter, so I'm just going to hold back. It was weird. It was good weird. It was good weird interesting. Yeah. It felt like a lot of the one-ofs were like very random and didn't need to be there, but I like the selection of tutor targets. And Mystics of Duel was actually kind of interesting too. Darn it! So second Glass Casket is absolutely the worst draw on our deck there. And if we'd had a land and we could just play Yorion, that would be amazing this turn. Right now we're just kind of hoping the opponent doesn't mince interaction for Apparition, and I guess we're just passing and making a food. We'll see. The fact that Casket can't hit Yorion is dreadful. If our opponent displays a Yorion next turn, I'm going to be completely shut down.
We need to become
Protein Kinace, thanks for the follow.
That's the goal.
Neat username also.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Glass Casket is just cheap removal, which I think decks like this do value. Okay, so what are the odds our opponent's playing Sharks? If they are playing Sharks, I don't really care. That just gives me targets for Glass Casket, so bring them on. Omen of the Sun. That also makes sense. That also makes sense. Okay. Probably should have cared a little bit more about that. I'm literally playing the same deck, so that attack's bad. Somebody pumped me for that. That was a bad attack. Recording incident, Judge Jester. Unfort. Yeah, thanks for the punt, Kevlar Man. We're going to go with... Pretty sure this is just Casket. I think this is Apparition. Take away the Omen of the Sun, probably? Oh wait, I take away the Casket again by Visionary back. That's much better. Alright, great. So Visionary comes back. Get my card. Casket the token. So building up a pretty good board to Yorion with. The Apparitions are helping us keep our opponent a little bit down. But Yorion's still distressing. Yeah, I really wish I hadn't attacked the Apparition. That would make this game easier. Harsh River. And Jaws did 007. Thanks for following. And here's the Yorion. Yep. Yep. Alright. Hooey. So our opponent's just drawing many more cards with their Yorion, or at least getting much more card selection, which is a big problem. What I need is something like the Great Henge to break this game open. Trail of Crumbs would also be excellent right now. Okay, we do have... I mean, the Caskets are keeping our opponent's stuff down, which is nice. We're going to go with... Can't really attack, so we're just going to try and keep their board clear, and hope they can't blink this Yorion, or we're in danger. Bad trouble. But this is a pretty good blink for us. Can't say I mind this blink. Okay, so we're gonna eat I think it's Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sun doesn't really bother me because eating tokens is pretty easy on this board, given how many Yorions I have in my deck. So I'd mostly like to shut down my opponent's draw engine a little bit here. Boy, if I had the other apparition, this would be so much better. Yeah, Coverman, definitely watching out for the Stifle here. Although, right now I'm just trying to get desperately as much value as I can, because I feel like that's the only way I survive this kind of game. And Zammerhen might be the best card in Standard right now. It's not broken, but it might be the best card in Standard. It's very, very powerful. Alright, and we have been ECD'd, which doesn't bring anything back, but it does mean Charming Prince no longer does anything.
That's the goal.
Can I get a Trail of Crumbs? Trail of Crumbs is one way we could bail out this game pretty fast.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
Actually, probably should have sacked this beginning of the turn. Given that I had the Temple of Plenty, I wasn't sure if that was important. But we are in some trouble now. Great Henge, okay. I think I have to keep that. It doesn't do anything yet, but it's one of those cards that gives me a real shot at doing something. Am I attacking? I don't think... Actually, I do think so.
We need to
Devil BT1, best friend Skinner, thank you for following. We're up to Emperor Caesar too, 450 people, good gravy. It's the new normal? Because I love the new normal, if so. Now the question is, am I starting to sack these to gain life? I guess one issue is, I actually don't really want to play this while the opponent can potentially play another Yorion and blink this ECD.
Tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, Apparition is eating Apparition, no surprises there. Not completely over, but it's going to be tough. Whittaker, thanks for the follow. We really need a Trail of Crumbs this game. That's some sort of like repeatable card advantage. Our opponent's Omen of the Sea type cards are just going to bury us in the ground. Also, the fact that they have extra Yorion sitting out there is really good. Really, really good. Let's check the timers. We got 25 minutes for me, opponent's at 26, so zero chance we time them out, basically. Gain life off of one of these, I think. Alright, so we're definitely not playing Henge now. We're just going to play Temple, do some scrying. Really looking for... Alright, Trail of Crumbs is very good. Keep that. And we got a lot of life. We got a lot of blockers. We got an ECD in the graveyard, so this is all reasonable, although Yorion blinking Yorion is going to be hard to contend with. Alright, well if we're going to Sublime Epiphany, we're in trouble. We are going to try and resolve this this Trail of Crumbs here. We're going to do that before we Henge. Henge just gets us so much more easily destroyed by some counterspell. The opponent can take out Trail by blinking Apparition, but we're going to be able to draw a bunch of cards off at first. Yeah, sacking Omen of the Sun might have been worth it there. I'm still holding out hope that we get to have a Yorion at some point and blink it. Like, I knew what I was drawing that turn, so like scrying one card from like second to the top to the bottom didn't seem that important. We are going to start drawing some cards off of Trail now. No Epiphanies yet, no Epiphanies yet. Okay, I'll take a Yorion, that seems like a good start. We're not going to play that yet, I don't think. Way too easy to get that countered. I'm just going to draw some more cards off this Trail. Hopefully we can draw some more Trails. There we go, there we go. Now we're talking. Do I play the other Trail? No. I'll wait. Guess we might as well crack this, see if I can draw like a goose maybe? Something I can cast here still. Another Trail. I'll actually take Apparition here, I think. Being able to like Apparition my opponent's Apparition and take away their ability to orient an Apparition and eat my other Trail seems good. Close call though. Do I play the other Trail? If they can kill both of them, I'm like devastated. And this is just going to be such a long game. I think I'm waiting.
We need
Trail could
to
also be a
become
counter at some point.
Aaron
Mikey
Gordon.
Blackbird, thanks for the call. I also have to watch my time. That was a long turn. So the opponent has to kill us at some point, and if they don't have something like Archon of Sun's Grace, that could take a very long time. A Glasspool Mimic as a Yorion is scary. Ooh, it's a Skyclave Apparition. I was not expecting that. Wicked Wolf, alright. So I think I start there and eat an Apparition. Let's think through this turn a bit. So I have Great Henge. I can try to cast it. It's incredibly mana inefficient, though. What are the opponent's likely cards? They are kind of running low on stuff. I doubt our rank 19 opponent is very confused about bouncing Yorion with Yorion. It's a classic play, but one can hope. Okay, I'm going to go Henge here. I think my opponent does not have main deck counterspells. That's my best guess. And if they don't have main deck counterspells, Henge is going to destroy them. Maybe that's bad. Like, if I just play Henge into Yorion, we should just win the game almost on the spot. No, I'll play it a bit slower. Wolf. Kill. I could eat Yorion with the double food, but that's burning a lot of food I could use on Trail instead, and they have another Yorion in hand. I think I'm more interested in like playing this out a little slower. So we'll eat you. Get the Trail, we'll get a token off of that, I guess. Play Apparition, eat the other Apparition. Or maybe I'm eating Omen here? Is eating Omen better? No, I'm eating an Apparition. Gender, folks, gender. Unless we know who Moksha is, maybe we do. I don't know who Moksha is. Okay, that'll jam Trail, which I can trigger via Goose and sack with Wolf, use Visionary, so at least triggers twice. It's actually not a terrible spot. See what our opponent can muster up. They have a Castle Vantress, and if they can find like another Omen of the Sea or something, they're just going to explode onto the board. But mana is a concern for them. They only have 10 of it. That was another long turn. Do need to start playing a little more aggressively here, trying to wrap up the game. Still got 2 more Yorions in the deck beyond this one. Yeah, tacos, you're gonna be pretty great if nothing horrible happens to us this turn, so so if the opponent goes like ECD this turn, then things are tough for us again. They can get rid of Wolf, they can get rid of Apparition. Okay, we're just Princing the Yorion, sure. Alright, if the opponent's holding a counterspell now, they're a genius. Are they going to play the other Yorion? They should play the other Yorion now. They actually need to do something to get things going on this board. They should absolutely play this other Yorion in hand unless they have like Sublime Epiphany exactly. Pedin, if you're complaining about the gender command, it is a rule on the stream, so I will tell you how to speak as long as you're on my stream. And if you don't like it, there are plenty of other streams you can watch. I feel like it should be pretty recognized common sense that a streamer can set rules for how people chat in their chat. Alright, so do I get a card off the Wolf? Yeah, I'll get a card off of the Goose here. Whoop! Alright, well if people are complaining, y'all can leave. Y'all are quite welcome to leave. I think I take the land drop. Alright, we'll just throw out a couple of bans here. I finally get to be a mean administrator here. That's so fun. Yep. Okay, so what am I doing this turn anyway? My turn. Imagine, chat. Just imagine it. Alright. Well, I'm hinging into Yorion. I'm here to win the game now. Okay. Let's try it. Maybe something terrible is about to happen. We'll see. Alrighty. Anyway. So if they have a Sublime Epiphany and they get me with the trigger, do I want to consider... I'm not going to blink Goose at least. I think I want to keep... Alright, so their Yorion's going to come back first, or is mine going to come back first? I can never remember. Never remember. Alright, we'll definitely blink these caskets, definitely blinking this. I want to keep Goose and Trail on board, I think. Just in case they have the Stifle.
Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Actually, I'm going to blink Apparition because it draws me a card coming back in. I think we'll do that. Whoever's turn it is comes back second. Yeah, it sounds right. It sounds right. You'd think I'd have this memorized by now, but that would be you thinking I'm way better at Magic than I am. Alright, are we getting gotten? Alright, so if the opponent has Sublime Epiphany, they now get a chance to draw it, which is fun. So what I was doing that whole turn there was trying to figure out how can I possibly survive if my opponent has Sublime Epiphany to stifle my Yorion trigger. So everything I was doing was based around that. So that's why I kept Henge, Trail, and Goose from blinking. Otherwise, it's correct to blink all of those, I think. Have they got it? Let's find out. I mean, I'm still probably dead to this if they have it, but, you know, a boy can dream. Can a boy dream? Don't do it, Moksha. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. No! No! Oh no. Chat. They had it. Well, that is why you don't blink everything, chat. We still actually have a chance, which is pretty funny. Wait, chat. The problem is now we're much more likely to time out because that set us back a lot, but we're going to give our best shot. This feels like a good matchup to practice for Modern Standard. Imagine losing automatically because you blinked too greedily in that spot, chat. Imagine. Problem is they're getting a Yorion every turn now, and we just can't keep up with that kind of thing unless I find a Charming Prince. Dream Trawler I can beat. Dream Trawler is not really a concern at the scale of this game anymore. Timing out is more a concern. Prophecy, alright, so opponent's list is different than what we were playing yesterday. Prophecy actually seems pretty good. I like Prophecy. In the blue-white list quite a bit. Yeah, play Epiphany in your decks. Certainly in the sideboard. Not sure about the main deck, but certainly in the sideboard. Okay, so the opponent's getting their Charming Prince value. What I really need is an ECD so I can take out this Yorion. And then maybe take out the next Yorion after that. Hey, Undermech. Thanks very much. Glad that my celebrity matches offer folks the opportunity to enjoy stuff. Alright, so we're going to do both trails first. Just need to be drawing lots of cards off this Goose to make sure I can start triggering Henge. And we're probably dead to the Yorion loops, but we'll see. Problem also is we might just mill out at some point. I'm not sure that all the cards in my deck are going to beat all the cards in their deck here. Kogla! Alright, Kogla eats Yorion. That's a start, I guess. I think I start with Goose, though. It's a little bit of a cheap way to draw a card. If I hit like an ECD, I would rather start with that. You know, Yorion sometime also. Visionary. Alright, so... yeah, I'm just eating Yorion here. Great Henge is a card that can keep up with the most crazy stuff our opponent can do, which is cool. We've got some more Wicked Wolves as well. Wicked Wolf is pretty good against them. Not really a reason to play a land here. We'll just go Temple. We have no humans to blink. Oh, we do have humans to blink. Wait a minute. Alright, so huge punt for me there, chat. I obviously should have played the untapped land because I forgot that Kogla can come back to my hand blinking human tokens. So someone please pump me for that. That was ugly. Should have done better. Opponent's now just above 20 minutes. We're at 18, so we're 2.5 minutes behind. At some point, if I'm not making any progress, I might have to actually just scoop the game so I have a chance to win the next two of the match. Yeah, Omen of the Sun plus Kogla. I mean, there's one Kogla, so I think it's like a very, very tertiary effective Omen, but it is a thing, and you gotta know the interactions in your deck. So at the very least, we're gonna make our opponent play through this turn and have them burn a bunch of their time. Standard definitely slowed down quite a bit, yes. Funny thing is, Destiny Spinner isn't even that good against, Alright, ECD taking out Yorion and Kogla is probably game. Our opponent might go after, They might go after my Great Henge, not knowing I have another one. So if they go after Great Henge and I get to play the second Henge and start attacking with Kogla, we might have a chance. So we'll see what they do here. They're also using up more time on this turn, which is good. Playing very quickly, though. Very experienced with the deck, clearly. Okay, they went for Henge, so you're saying there's a chance? So you're saying there's a chance. Probably not much of a chance, but there's a chance. So plan is we're going to go for this Henge. We're going to eat their Charming Prince with Wicked Wolf, because Charming Prince is helping them do these loops, which I don't like. And then Kogla is going to start getting frisky. Indestructible Kogla at that, which is very good. Probably supposed to use the trail first, actually. So we'll do that. We'll go for double trail triggers. If I hit something like an ECD, maybe that helps me prioritize what I'm tapping a little bit here. Charming Prince looks nice if we get one of those other two Yorions at some point. No luck yet, no luck yet. We'll keep looking.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Definitely not playing optimally here, but I'm just trying to play fast for the most part, is the goal. See if the opponent realizes they can that I can make Kogla indestructible. Oh, chat, they don't realize, or they're willing to make me spend 2 mana on this, but I'm pretty happy with this. Sick. Alright, that's some value, that's some value.
We need to become
Let no one say we are not getting value here, because that was some value. And, ooh. Oh, boy, chat. Oh, boy, watch this, watch this. Watch this, chat. This is going to be fun. We're going to blink our Kogla. And our Kogla is going to come back after our opponent's Yorion comes back, and we're going to eat their Yorion. And then they're not going to have very many Yorions anymore, which is pretty exciting. Jam a Goose here.
We need
Why
to
not?
become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Got 24 cards in library, so we got to be a little bit careful with this Henge out. That's a Yorion, though. That is what I wanted. So opponent gets their Yorion back. They get to link some stuff, then I get to kill their Yorion. Wonder how many more Sublime Epiphanies they have, chat. I wonder. Crunch, and we can always return Prince to our hand with Kogla now, which is big fun. Problem now is we have a good chance of milling out, but our opponent giving up a bunch of creatures there was good. Meanwhile, I'm missing a bunch of follows, so sorry about that. Fiora della Boladao, thanks for the follow. Halo Cross, Letterson, RJ Cordova, thank you all. And if my opponent's reduced to casting Solemn Simulacrums, well, they are drawing 2 cards, but even so. Yellow Hat Roseland's only 1 Sublime, that is good to know. Yeah, I just want to win this game, chat. I might run out of time, I might run out of cards, but I want to try and win this game now, because that was fun. I think if the opponent knows my list exactly, they know I have exactly 1 Kogla and multiple Henges, then I think they should assume that with double Trail of Crumbs, I basically have access to every permanent in my deck, in which case they should have gone after Kogla there, but I I don't blame them if they don't know about exact list, given that it was played today in a tournament for the first time, maybe. in a tournament for the first time, maybe. I do think we're going to have a lot of trouble killing them in time, but getting like a Yorion Prince loop going with Omen of the Sun is one way to do that. Opponent currently has 2 Yorions down so far, 2 Yorions and 1 Mimic. Earth and Meletus. Alright, opponent's starting to do stuff that's just not that impressive. What I really want to go for now is finding another Skyclave Apparition. Ooh, ECD. Okay, what are we hitting? Please hit the Henge. Please hit the Henge and not the Kogla. I actually don't need these cards anymore. I need to not draw cards. Please go after the Henge. Please go after the Henge. They're probably going after Kogla just because Kogla kills their ECD. Is my thinking. And they are, in fact, going after Kogla, sad. Alright, I'm going to bring back the Prince. No, I'm not bringing back the Prince. I don't need that. I'm going to draw 2 cards instead off of that. I'm just going to use the trails twice here. Okay, opponent and I are actually closer to being even on time. We're only 50 seconds behind, which is awesome. I have to spend even a little bit more time now resolving this Omen of the Sea. Also, chat, I'm definitely going to be missing a lot of stuff as we go, so forgive me for missing your messages and so on. It's just, this match demands a lot of attention. ECD. ECD Skyclave Apparition. I need to interact with my opponent's board, please. Alright, we'll take another Yorion. Sure, sure, sure. Actually, probably should have used the Wolf there. Actually, I'm going to use the Wolf here. We're just blinking everything and drawing infinite cards, or getting infinite food here, so I need to find an ECD or a Skyclave Apparition to blink. Wicked Wolf's not bad. ECD, there we go, there we go. Okay. I feel like I've been keeping... Oh, no! 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 Really was trying to play that as a land, chat. Was really trying to play that as a land, and sometimes shit just doesn't work out the way you meant it to, chat. Good gravy. Okay, well... What's the plan here? Losing, I think? I think now we're dead.
Tonight, chat. That's the goal.
I think we have died. Ah, God. Alright, can't actually be drawing that many cards. I declined because I was trying to click through things and didn't even know what was going on. Honestly, though, putting a card into play probably wasn't even that great. Okay, so we're going to eat the... Start eating humans, I guess? I don't really know. We can't win this game anymore. I think I should probably just scoop it up. I will let my opponent take 1 more turn because it'll eat more time on their clock, but then we'll scoop after that. Now the straw has to start hitting the spacebar very quickly, yes. Sure did, Anti-God, sure did. Clown Baby, Stro, thanks for the follows. Woof. It's great to learn these kinds of lessons in like a game you're probably already losing in a ladder match that doesn't matter as opposed to in a tournament, so I'm satisfied. Oh, I guess this ECD is going to give them back a Yorion at some point, isn't it? Uh-oh. Yeah, and now we're starting to see the cards we put on the bottom of the trail, so I think realistically with our opponent going to 40 life here, we're not going to be able to beat them. So this is going to be curtains for your boy Aaron. We'll let our opponent take the rest of the turn, though. Wouldn't be surprised if they just gave up on playing spells here, too. And yeah, because they're an 80-card deck, there's 0 chance we mill them out. Especially with Great Henge out. Okay, second Trawler, we're learning a little bit about their list. Cool. Another Yorion, great. Alright, please spend more time resolving this trigger, love it. If this were a tournament, Gabe C, yeah, I'd be auto-passing every turn. I'm not going to go that crazy, because this isn't a tournament, but...
We need to become...
The Notorious Mouse, thanks for the follow.
That's the goal.
Yeah, Yorion's kind of a silly design. It's a lot of fun, but it's very silly.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Okay,
That's
opponent has
the goal.
clicked enough buttons that we're now less than a minute behind. Seems good. Alright. Yeah, so the way to win this game, I mean, I punted early when this is definitely a Heliod's intervention matchup, chat. You gotta get rid of their fuel. This does not seem like a glass casket matchup. It's nice getting rid of their tokens, but we really can't afford to be messing around with that stuff. Definitely an ECD matchup. Run afoul can kill Dream Trawler sometimes, so it's probably a run afoul matchup. Doesn't work very well if they have a Yorion out or something like a Shark, but they shouldn't have that many flyers, so I do run afoul. What's bad? What's bad? We definitely want Trail. Kogla's very good. Wicked Wolf is perfectly fine. Omen of the Sun actually seems pretty important for getting around them well enough. We're just, like, not making that much stuff happen otherwise. Ooze is good against ECD specifically, but I think my answer to ECD is trying to get rid of it. Vivian is, like, okay. Kevlar Man, I don't really want to shatter all my own creatures. I would rather just get rid of their one Dream Trawler and continue. Like, shatter killing everything is bad. For the most part. Like, yes, we can have a Wicked Wolf that survives sometimes, maybe, but in general, I think killing all of our Gilded Geese is really bad. I think killing our Visionaries and losing mana is bad. Our opponent just runs fewer creatures than we do, and they care less about their creatures. I think. Prince is reasonable. Do I want two of them? I think I'm going to cut one Omen here, maybe. Call it that? This is confusing, chat. This is honestly very confusing. Let's try this. Yeah, Yorion's fine. It's just very silly. It's plausible that I shouldn't be relying as much on Yorion against the Sublime Epiphany deck, and I should be doing Vivian instead. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Does stuff. No complaints. Standard is Fudge and Dank. That is right. Okay, we do need to play fast, so that's something I'm going to be conscious of, is playing fast. Wicked Wolf the second we don't really need.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Rather lands, trails, etc. Yeah, Primal Might is a reasonable thing to try. Actually, he's playing this a land. I think as one wanted to risk getting like Glass Casket or something stupid like that, I'd rather just have the land down freely on the board. And maybe we need to tweak the sideboard. I mean, nobody knows what metagame is yet. Certainly not us. Skyclave eats the Visionary, that's fine. I've got a Wicked Wolf for your Skyclave. It's all good. It's all good.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Doing this because it's a nice aggressive play. My opponent has a bunch of Solemn Simulacra, and if that's their 4-drop, we get to attack for a lot. Levant Kills and Snoogie Poo, thanks for the follows. Shaluku, thanks as well. One Saturday. Miss some of you folks, but thank you all. So fighting does not work against the hexproof creature if the creature actually has hexproof, Tammy. That's how that works. Gonna go with Temple before we Visionary, and then we'll go Visionary into Goose. I like an Apparition well enough. Goose gives me some nice insurance against a potential Shatter the Sky or something like that. Because we can then use the Wicked Wolf to be indestructible and get a card off it. Yorion also does great work here. X Height 87, thanks for the follow. We're a minute behind. Solemn Simulacrum is amazing news. All right, we are getting to be very aggressive here, and I love it. Gonna just try and attack the opponent to the ground before they can do anything significant, and hope that they don't have Dream Trawler. Because if they have Dream Trawler, then we have some troubles ahead. Nice, being able to cast a Miria's Call at some point could also be very good this game. So we're just gonna go ahead and apparate the Solemn. Swing out. And then I believe the move is going to be Prince Blinking Visionary. Blinking Apparition, giving them back a 4/4 seems pretty bad, even if it lets me throw him to the sea, so I'm going to go ahead and just get a card off this Prince. Like both being able to add to a Dream Trawler is also kind of nice. Do they have it? Just the Yorion. Alright, that's quite beatable. That's quite beatable. We're going to really hope they don't have Mystical Dispute here. Although I guess we can play around it depending on how they work this casket. I assume we're going to hit Apparition and get a 4/4? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I've got access to... I can play around Mystical Dispute, and that is definitely what I'm going to do here. Against my opponent's open mana there. So plan is to jam Yorion. Blink a whole bunch of stuff, play Trail of Crumbs afterward, bring back the wolf. Alright, looks like they didn't have the dispute. Cool. Gonna kill their Yorion, so they can't do blinky cloney shenanigans with it. No. No more tricks. Okay, all this seems great. Fight you. Exile Yorion here. We missed some trail triggers, but that's fine. Yeah, Genesis, I mean, they might have some cards in their deck they think are pretty bad, and I think it was cheap enough to play around Dispute there, but you're right, there's a good chance they don't have any copies in right now. Okay, Eartha Miletus, good start. Not one I care about. But can you follow with Dream Trawler? That is my question for you, opponent. Could easily be Sublime Epiphany waiting to snare my Yorion. It looks like it's not, though. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. So we are going to go ahead and blink. I think I want Wolf attacking this turn. Doesn't do much coming back in, so we're going to blink you and you. We'll keep Goose. We'll blink Trail. I guess if I blink Trail, I should also blink Goose. I'll blink Goose. Get some ammo for later. Gotta keep Omen of the Sun in mind as a potential card they could have. Ooh, ECD. That'll be good later. Doesn't do much now. I guess I play Kogla? Could also just play the Call. That's like a lot of 4/4 flyers. It is not necessarily truly... I think I'm playing Call here, actually. Just going after them. Does mean I have a little bit less mana to use with Trail, but... might also just get countered. Did not get countered. Nice. Yeah, they could have Whirlwind Denial. That's a card, but... fortunately you didn't speak it into existence, which I do appreciate. I'm blinking Yorion here. The opponent wants to hold up Sublime Epiphany or something. They're going to die to attackers, so... we'll just do this. Okay, we got our... what looks like it might be a tempo win. Still got 10 minutes left, too. Tammy, the big reason not to Kogla is because I think that putting 8 power flying on the board is a little bit better. And also, holding up Kogla to kill a Yorion or tap a Dream Trawler might be more valuable. I have ECD for both of those things, I suppose, so maybe Kogla's the play there, but this is like a really precious asset, and I think this like tapping out to play it without being able to make it indestructible or anything is risky. But it's close. Kogla might have been the right play there. It's a big creature. Opponent does not have unlimited defense here. Alright, if this is their best plan, it's not a great plan, honestly. They could still have counter magic. They're about to draw a lot of cards. Casket coming back eats an angel, but then I have Apparition. Okay, okay. Interesting. Oh, they just gained life. Sick. Alright, well, let's blink. So we're about to lose an angel. I'm about to eat their Yorion. So getting through on the ground is not that essential. I'm going to blink you. Let's just do this, I think. Hey, Team Plasma Gus, thanks for the gifted sub. So glad that I can provide some value to you here. Okay, so we kept our flyers. Patrick, I think there's a pretty decent chance we draw a card off of trail here before our turn's over. So I don't want to blink it here. It does make an extra food, but I think we have enough food now to be pretty satisfied. Still could be anyone's game. The big thing to, like, on the meta level to prioritize is just keeping their Yorions off the board so they can't do looping things to us. If we can keep their Yorions off the board and they can't do looping things to us, we're in good shape, generally. Goodbye.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Green Leaf, thanks for the follow. Alright, so Apparition gets to come back and eat at Charming Prince, which is also amazing. Still just blinking Yorion here.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
Hermantis and Nova Hoki, thank you both for following.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, so Wolf means I'm still pretty safe from Shatter. Kogla can keep Dream Trawler off my back if they want to block with that. We've still got 8 minutes to try and win game 3. We have been getting pretty behind on time, which is tough.
We need to become
ECD,
Aaron
sure,
Girdler
whatever.
tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Eats the Wolf. In response, I'm going to draw off of Trail.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal. We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, do they have the other Yorion? They do have the other Yorion. Alright. We've got ourselves quite a fight. Hey, Nobhoki, how's it going? And Spit Dart, thanks for the follow. Same to you. Who is Todd Jones? Static Ocean. Marvelous. Alright, well. Oh, I get to exile all my ECD targets except for my Yorion. That seems good. Seems good. I like that. Is our opponent dead if I just leave all this stuff? They're getting back what now?
We need to
They're
become
getting back
Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Omen, Omen, Birth, ECD. So if I just blink nothing, are they dead? Yeah, if I blink nothing, they die. I will blink ECD, of course, because reasons, but they think they're just dead if I don't blink my Apparition? Oh, they get Glass Casket back? Does that mean... No, I have Kogla. I have Kogla and they're dead. Alright. Even if I didn't have Kogla, we have lots of draws off trail to try and find an Apparition, or... I guess Apparition wouldn't really work, but another ECD or something, or the original Kogla. Or Wicked Wolf, any of this stuff works. We're just going to Kogla to keep it simple. Pedro and Lindo, I think this deck is very strong. I think if you want to win matches on ladder, this deck is going to do a good job of it. Wouldn't say it's the best deck in the format necessarily, because who knows, but it does seem very good. Speaking of things that are very good, the problem with Vivian is she's just so weak to ECD. She's incredibly good to keep in play at the same time. I hope y'all saw why this is not a Shadow the Sky matchup. This is a matchup where we need to win by actually attacking our opponent to death. Felt pretty good about the list there. Felt pretty reasonable. Do I want any Vivians?
We need to become
18
Aaron Girdler
lands,
tonight, chat.
2
That's the goal.
Florahedron, 5 dual lands here. Nah, alright. Mac Hills, thanks for the follow. We're going to try this again. Yep, Andre Strasky and Brian Gottlieb are the people who brought this to prominence. I just love having so many people who are like building lots of decks because they feel inspired by Standard, therefore I get to play lots of decks. It's great. Keep this hand. Double Skyclave is incredible because it means that their Yorions in the future are just going to be much weaker if I can keep eating their omens and such. There's Ondu Inversion. Ondu Inversion is a card that we could play, in theory. Do need to hit land off of this, though. Sure, that'll work. Slow and steady. Still want lands. Yeah, I think Turn Timber is pretty bad. And I have not tried this list with the Orion's Companion. You have to change it a lot. A big part of why this list is powerful is because you have Gilded Goose and Trail of Crumbs, both as 4-ofs in your 60-card deck, which lets you put together that very strong combination more commonly. So you lose a lot moving to 80 cards. It might still be worth it, because obviously Orion's Companion is very powerful, but you lose a lot. Okay, so this is just going to get Skyclave Apparitions. Just don't let them have blockers, don't let them have mana. That's the plan. Of course, if Skyclave Apparition gets killed, they do have a 4/4 blocker, which is a slight problem, but I still think we clear out the Solemn there. Yeah, Ruinous Ultimatum is a very good card. That could be, if the format is very Yorion dominated, playing Mardu for Ruinous Ultimatum seems strong. Okay, opponent's going to ECD eating my Apparition, such is the way of the world. So this is tough. The ECD here is problematic, but all we can really do is soldier on. I think I'm going to avoid playing Apparition into, well, I could just play Trail Apparition, eat their Omen here. They could blink ECD to eat my Apparition at that point, but I don't care that much. Yeah, I think just knowing that every single time they have something ominous, it's going to come back into play over and over again makes me feel incredibly incentivized to just keep killing them, even if my Apparition's in a vulnerable spot. Because, like, what is my opponent going to do that's all that powerful? That isn't just blinking and drawing cards over and over again. They don't have any big win cons besides, like, Dream Trawler. They can attack me with this token, but my deck gains so much life and presents so much material that that's not really a big concern for me. Much prefer to just keep getting rid of their stuff. Yorion to hand, great. Okay, so I believe I'm just going to jam my Yorion while the jamming is good. They could have Mystical Dispute, we haven't seen it yet. I'm going to hope they don't.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Cool. Oh, I should have tapped Land Over Visionary there, of course. So slight punt there. It doesn't really matter because I don't have anything to cast, but slight punt for sure. So our opponent's ECD is about to go away, which is nice. We now get to eat their Bertham Latest before they get a wall, which is nice. We get another food. Thank you. I cannot pronounce your name, the person who just followed, but thank you for following. Best friend Scanner, you can run whatever you want to in a Yorion deck. Most of them don't run very much permission, even the blue ones, because you're so incentivized to play lots of permanents that you can blink and so on. Well, this attack is weird. This smells like probably just Shatter the Sky, in which case we'll get rid of my opponent's 4-power creature at least. Are we getting shattered? We have been shattered. That is fine. I can live with that. That is my opponent's best bet here. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Time to start drawing lots of cards. We do have not a lot of time, but I think we'll be okay. Looking for Wicked Wolves, ECDs. Omen of the Sun's not bad. Gilded Goose. What these Yorion decks need is Glenalendra Archmage. Take that name out of your mouth, please. Please, no, God, no. Alright, the opponent should just jam this Yorion here, and they did. Alright, so we're going to lose our Trail of Crumbs. We do have Run Afoul. We could eat their Yorion. Pretty sure we're supposed to, with the caveat that if they play Charming Prince, I'd rather eat their Yorion in response to them doing stuff with Charming Prince.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Glenalendra Archmage. Good God. Alright, so we'll wait. We've still got a little bit of card flow thanks to Llanowar Visionary. We've got some life with Omen of the Sun. We've got Turn Timber Symbiosis, which is quite plausibly going to cast a spell. Now we have an ECD to eat their Yorion, which seems great. Yum, 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 delicious. I think we're actually pretty far ahead now. I think we can win this in 4 minutes, probably. We can beat Dream Trawler, which is usually the big concern. ECD my ECD is very annoying, but our opponent still has nothing to bring back. Alright, I think this is Turn Timber Symbiosis time. We'll see if we can hit like a Kogla or a Yorion. I guess I should play Omen of the Sun first, in case we do hit a Yorion. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we played it on purpose this time, and we hit... I guess it's supposed to be Charming Prince, because it's much better if I hit a Yorion later. So we'll get this down. I think I blink Visionary over Scry 2. No, I'll Scry 2. Those seem good. Alright, we'll keep both of those. And not attacking here, I think. I don't want them putting Apparition in the graveyard. Oh, that is a buff Charming Prince. Good gravy. I'm saying that a lot. I'm just, like, impressed by this whole match. And the fact that we might actually win? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay, Sky Monomed's in flight. Not bad, but I can kill that. And none of this is... I mean, I can kill it. I have to watch out for ECD coming back and getting me, though. Why not? All I can say is watch, and you'll see what the deck does. S-Man315, thanks for the follow. No, Buff Prince! Buff Prince, you were too beautiful for this sick world. Alright, that makes things harder. Really wish I had the Wicked Wolf to go to use now. Let's see. So... yeah, I don't think I'm really doing anything this turn. I'm just going to wait. Opponent's out of cards, basically. So I'm just going to hang out. I've got lots of life. So yeah, I'm just chilling. We're chilling, chat. We're chilling. Apparition wants to come in. No blocks. No blocks, my friend. Scry to the bottom. You love to see it. Alright, so it's time to start chewing through things with Wicked Wolf. Munching on a token, and then we'll start attacking. Opponent's going to block one of these tokens with their wall, and then we're going to play Yorion, blinking our wolf and the Omen. And we're going to get to eat the wall for free, which is great. And then our opponent's in top deck mode against a lot of creatures. A lot of creatures. Nope, Tammy, they have a ECD in play, and right now they have no targets for it, so we are not killing Yorion yet. We're going to wait till this ECD goes away. Gabe C, too true, too true. Alright, Solemn is fine. Solemn's not going to affect things much. I think we're just going to get him with the aggro kill. Like, we'll see, but... feels like the aggro kill is going to get him. Taste it! Run afoul, baby! Once again, everybody who is suggesting that we board in Shadow the Sky, I want y'all to just, like, examine who you've chosen to be and the choices you've chosen to make. Crunch. Crunch, take a bunch. And we got Omen of the Sun up to Scry. We maybe should have Scryed this turn. That's alright. Tangled Florahedron in the house. One more damage. Bring it on. Fabriba Zinga, thanks for the follow. 1 minute left. Can they stall? We beat Shatter. We beat Shatter because we've got Wicked Wolf. Dream Trawler. Chat! Chat! Oh, okay, we got one too, we got one too, we got one too. Chat, alright. It's gonna get difficult, chat. It's gonna get difficult. Those were good top decks. One could say they were good top decks, but we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting. Wicked Wolf is still the king of the hill here. We've got angels. The opponent cannot attack through our angels with Dream Trawler. No, stop drawing things, opponent. No. No. Stop. Incarcerated all their creatures were indestructible. That was definitely not an all-in turn. I mean, ours were indestructible too, but I think they gain as much life as we get back, and then they get a great attack. Temple of Plenty. Okay. Now we go all in, chat. Now we go all in because there are no options. Here we come. 39 seconds. Math is for blockers. Well done. Well done. All right, well, reasonable matchup. Obviously, it can go either way. Somehow 9 o'clock after that match. Fun times, chat. Just another day of adventures on the ladder. We definitely have time for one last match, but I do owe you all some more chin-ups because that was a match full of punts. They even misplayed, yes, but so I don't know how many lands they had, so maybe they didn't actually have 6 mana if they played it and then cracked it. Opulent Banana, thank you for the follow. Alright, well. Whew. Only one way to work off all the spare pop-off energy that I was storing up for that whole match. Good gravy. How did that become my catchphrase, chat? That can't be my catchphrase. Good God. Okay, we'll do actual chin-ups here for you all. Lots of puns for you. Try and get 15 here, chat. I don't know if I actually have it in me. We're going to try and get 15. No problem. AV Hoots, we only have 18 actual lands, and we don't have very many planes at all. Castle Ardenvale is much too awkward for the mana base, I think. Whew. Breathing is for people who need air, chat, and I only need your energy. I took your energy, and that's all I needed. Apology, jealous. I'm a jealous guy. Murfinsky, thanks for the follow. All right, Joe77. Can you give me a match to match the match that we were just matched with? Show me, Joe. Show me. Keep. Bring it on. They've got a Yorion deck too, chat. We may be in for another long one. Oh, the cards. The cards. Thank you for reminding me, chat. Breathing is for blockers. No, Goose came up late. All right, what am I doing now? What am I doing now? I think I just jammed Prince and Scry here. Could go Trail.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
I want to go Prince and Scry. The odds of my opponent having Skyclave Apparition here are actually pretty high, and I would really like to just say I would prefer if they... Do I want lands? Do I want this temple? Not really. Actually, I will take an untapped land, I think. Nah. John Boo and Peyton Lindo, thanks for the follows. Alright, they set a casket, that's fine. We can Clean that one up with Skyclave Apparition.
Tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Great Henge. Ooh. Ooh, am I cleaning up the casket? Actually, this might just be Goose. I'm actually just going to Goose Trail here. Means I have to use this for... Your waifu is awful, thank you for the follow. Hopefully not an oblique reference to my wife Tammy, who is very much the opposite of awful. Esper Yorion probably has even fewer counters than Blue-White Yorion because they have to stick a bunch of other random black cards in their deck. This Plains might be a Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave Apparition would be annoying. Nice knowing you, Trail of Crumbs. Nice knowing you. Yorion, hey, and now we're low on mana, so we're just going to jam this. Try to get some more mana. Frick! Alright, chat. Bottoming lands was really greedy, chat. Shouldn't have bottomed those lands. We actually only played 25 lands including MDFCs, and I should have been keeping that in mind. No Yorions, you'll love to see it. Okay. So this is the part where we disapparate their apparition. I guess casket it actually? Maybe I casket it and then... Alright, no, that's actually the plan. We're going to casket it, and then we're going to jam Prince, Blinking Visionary, trying to draw lands. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have, like, random negate. Do they have random negate, chat? Is this seriously random negate? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Probably random Moment of the Sea instead. Attack first.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal. We need to become Aaron Girdler.
Tom Me, thanks for the follow. Same to you, Carbajack. I think my heart rate has returned to normal, chat. Yeah, imagine not bottoming the lands we desperately needed. So, Joey, Visionary and Prince both draw me a card. And this lets me attack for 2. Oof. Visionary admittedly gets me a little bit more mana for next turn. So it's entirely possible that Visionary was supposed to be the play there. One thing's for sure, if they're playing Doom Foretold, we really don't care about Doom Foretold at all right now, which is nice. Let me get to Yorion now. Yorion now is actually absurd, so we should be fine. Even if we're not drawing lands and it's awkward for a little bit, we should be able to draw out of this. Okay, got the land, that's great. So we're just going to jam Yorion here. Makes me vulnerable to ECD, but that's fine. Another Skyclave. Probably not. I think I want lands and ECDs and Koglas. Like ways to get rid of my opponent's Yorion here seem big. Hopefully our Esper opponent isn't playing Selesnya Epiphany. There we go. There's the ECD we were looking for. Would also like to dodge Dream Trawler now, thank you. If you'd be so kind, Joe. Deal. You can have Glass Casket. Hey, Kogla's great. Don't be playing with Kogla. Kogla will get you. Doom Foretold. Boy, do I ever not care about that. So I guess the Doom Foretold makes it like faintly awkward to figure out what I'm blinking here. I think I'm just going to sack Goose, blink Visionary. Yeah, let's just blink Visionary, sack Goose. Oh, actually, this gives me no mana to Ether Doom Foretold or use ECD, but I think that's fine. I don't even necessarily want to Ether Doom Foretold. I could apparate the Doom Foretold, but I kind of would rather just eat... Let's just eat one of their caskets and blink Yorion again, probably. That seems pretty reasonable. Or I could just eat their Doom Foretold. Maybe I just eat their Doom Foretold. No, here's what I'll do. I'll eat a casket. I'll bring back Charming Prince. I'm going to blink Skyclave Apparition. Maybe this is wrong. This could easily be pretty wrong. Maybe that was too much fancy play syndrome. And then we're going to eat their... Oh no, we eat their other casket. And then we blink Yorion. This is all... I obviously planned this all along. Everything is fine. Nice 4-mana enchantment, Joe. What you got? You got a bunch of cards that draw cards and don't add board presence? Is that what's going on, Joe?
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, not Shatter the Sky. That's what I like to not see. Hey, the Alpha Bulldog. Well, good to see you. You, I guess, might be surprised to learn that this is actually pretty much what happens in Magic all the time now. For better or for worse. Sorry, we're going to blink you two, and then I'm going to sack Glass Casket, because once I sack Glass Casket, their apparition doesn't actually do anything, which is pretty amazing. And then, what am I drawing here? Turn Timber Symbiosis. Untapped land looks great, so I think I want to just go ahead and eat the Yorion, which is attacking me pretty well. I could eat the Nightmare, could eat the Doom Foretold. I'm going to 9 off of this, which is not nothing. Actually, if I go to 9 off of this, and I'm getting a bunch of creatures back, I can also just cast Henge, cast Florahedron. Maybe that's better? Actually, yeah, I kind of like cast Henge, cast Florahedron, as long as I don't like actually lose now. Just having a Henge in play should be pretty dominant for me. Good, okay, we're doing that. Alright, and now we get to Prince, blinking... Might actually just gain 3 here. Yeah, I'm actually just going to gain 3. I don't really need to blink Yorion anymore. I just want to make sure I don't die accidentally or something stupid like that. And I'm going to take Elspeth's Nightmare, I think, so I get to keep Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and so everyone has to either sack Doom Foretold or sack a real permanent. If they have Shatter the Sky, I could lose my Henge, but I still have, 8 cards to their 3 or whatever. Yeah, I think Henge and Yorion are also my top 2 cards in Standard. Meanwhile, Matthias, Pow of Chicken. Thank you both for following. When in doubt, double down. I love it, I love it. That is very funny. Alright, we're going to cast this Omen of the Sun to sack it first, before anything else happens. That is hilarious. You can have the Omen, and you can have the Prince. Here you go. Enjoy.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
I might be missing Lethal here, chat, but I honestly don't care. I'm just having such a good time. Having such a good time. I just want to make my opponent sacrifice all their Doom Foretolds to themselves. To teach them a lesson. You can't miss. Thanks for the follow. No thanks. Go ahead. Yes, of course I could have killed Yorion with Wolf Kevlar Man. This was a turn where I explicitly set out that right now what I'm doing is just memeing, because there's no possible way our opponent can ever win. I wanted to see them lose both of their Doom Foretolds to their own Doom Foretolds. Aaron Gertler, is the Yasharan Sultai deck the most straightforward top historic deck to play? I don't know, Gigsy. It's an interesting question. I would think that, like, probably, like, Goblins. I don't know if Goblins is a top deck. Maybe it's not anymore. Goblin seems a bit more straightforward. Sultai is pretty easy. It's a good starter deck for sure. I played it in the Mythic Invitational, which should tell you how easy it is, because I am not good at historic. Alright, Yorion Mirror. I'll take ECD. I'll take Helad's Intervention. I will take... Omen is actually kind of interesting against a deck that's playing Doom Foretold. They might board those out, though, after what happened there. Vivian still seems a little soft to ECD. I think we'll... Caskets can leave. I'll just keep it like this. Keep it simple. Shoop. Dabbling in historic. Kind of. It's like, I think that I don't know, I'm just having so much fun in Standard right now that I haven't really had the time to think about historic. I'm sure there's like cool work to be done there, but it feels like the banning of Omnath is not that big a deal. I'm sure there are decks in historic that are amazing that no one's really discovered yet. So I think there's a lot of work to be done there, but I'm just having a great time in Standard. Bieber fan, I have no idea whether they play Dream Trawler. There's nothing like a standard Esper Doom Foretold list right now. Salsa Shark, thanks for the follow. Yeah, if we see Dream Trawler in Game 2 and we lose, we're going to run afoul for Game 3, certainly. Huh.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat.
I think this
Let's
is
go.
okay. Like, they have ways to get rid of Geese, but some of those ways are glass caskets that could eventually blow up. Alright, third Goose on top makes me less happy about this hand. Can I get a trail? Epic Western Acid Catalyst, thank you both for following. Same to you, Black
We
Pomers.
need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Alright, well, in for a penny in for a pound with the Geese. We'll see.
We need to
This
become
means if they jam
Aaron
an
Gertler
Apparition
tonight,
next
chat.
turn, we
That's the
can
goal.
wolf it down. We might lose with the triple Goose draw, though. The third Goose was not really what the doctor ordered. Alright. Elspeth's Nightmare coming down, which means I'm actually just gonna wipe their board with Helad's Intervention here. Or I ECD. Is that better? I like Helad's Intervention here. It just feels like this is like a good, well... Huh. Everything costs so much white mana. I mean, interventioning the Birth of Meletus is not that efficient. They just gain... I stop them from gaining 2 life, which doesn't really matter. But if I ECD, I'm not necessarily getting anything interesting back off of it. Actually, I like ECDing here. The reason being that, that ECD going off next turn is going to mean their turn 5 is probably very awkward, since I'm guessing they can't remove ECD now. And even just getting back a Goose off of this is going to be pretty good against a potential Doom Foretold or something, but the play could easily be wrong.
We need to become Aaron Gertler
Gil,
tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Gil Souza, Randall Yu, thank you for following. Oh no, chat. Chat, I needed that mana. Chat, help. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. They have no clock. They have no clock. No need to be alarmed. Weed Magic, I just use untapped.gg, which tracks all of those stats automatically. Again, that website is untapped.gg. Okay, land. Alright, Llanowar Visionary is not too bad. It'll do, it'll do. Yes, we are now playing Monogreen Food. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. So wolf eating Yorion next turn would be delicious if I could pull that off, or we could just ECD there, or intervention there ECD, that's also not bad. We've got a grindy game coming up, but if I can find Trail of Crumbs, then all is forgiven. All... Okay, so before they can do anything with this, I can't really play around it, I think I just have to kill it. Yes, Rizium, we played it at the beginning of the stream. It was fun. It felt a little inconsistent, and it was very much a thrown together list, and you could feel how thrown together it was. But Enigmatic's definitely always a fun card. So the problem is now the opponent can Yorion their Apparition and eat my other Goose, but then I have Wicked Wolf to eat their Apparition, and then we're just kind of like racing each other or something. Okay, that makes things slightly harder. I might just be trying to omen these. Yep, definitely just trying to omen these now. Hello, Tamantha?
Did you call me Samantha? After all this time.
I don't know why that came over me. Hello, Tammy. What's that face? Is the camera getting in? It probably is.
Blink, 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 blink.
Alright, so we get to eat their other apparition, which means their Yorion doesn't really have much to... No! Chat, the Mirror Breaker. They found it. No. We're supposed to have Trail of Crumbs to do this, but we don't have Trail of Crumbs, chat. Everything is terrible all the time. Okay, I'm really tempted to scoop because they're going to play Yorion and blink this. And then we're just mega dead. Maybe there's a Trail of Crumbs on top. If I had had extra white mana, I absolutely would have just Skyclave Apparition their Treacherous Blessing this turn, because that thing is too dangerous to let live. Okay, opponent's ECDing. That actually gives me a chance to eat their Treacherous Blessing before they can blink it, which keeps me in the game of Magic. And we are absolutely going to try doing that. Sick, get out of here. They do have an Apparition in the graveyard to get back with ECD, and I'm still like behind on tempo and stuff, but here's a chance. Is Joe running out of gas? Are we going to see another Blessing or an Omen of the Sea or a Dance of the Manse? Oh, I'll scoop to Dance of the Manse. My body is ready to scoop to Dance of the Manse. Alright, we're done here. Still not necessarily dead, but I think it's just going to be a long, slow death from there. Okay, so... Scavenging Ooze against Dance of the Manse actually seems pretty good. That otherwise is like a really hard thing to beat in the long game. And I feel like we don't really need the Omen of the Suns to sack to their Doom Foretold, because Doom Foretold is just not a great card.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Vivian might actually be fine, huh? Dies to ECD but not Skyclave? Could cut some... I just like all the cards in the deck, chat. It's tough. It's tough. Space Spiffman, thanks for the follow. I'll stick with what I got. Just need a trail. Just need a trail to get the party started. And thanks, Space Spiffman. Alright, it's got the goose, it's got the trail. We're gonna give it a shot. Could start with Goose in hopes of drawing an untapped land ability trail, but unfortunately we had a Tangled Florahedron. I think this card's pretty bad. Playing the creature is occasionally pretty cute, but in a format filled with copies of Skyclave Apparition and whatnot, it feels pretty bad. This plays in a potentially Glass Casket, but I really want to be able to draw a card with the trail immediately. So I can keep hitting land drops. Maybe. Sweet, okay, cool. Get to hit some land drops. Prophecy is great. Prophecy is an example of why Esper Doom is like presumably a pretty tough matchup for this deck. But we'll see what happens. Okay, what are we saying here? Doom Foretold? Prophecy plus Doom is real strong, for sure. So if they have Apparition this turn, we're in trouble. Okay, they don't have Apparition. They've got Glass Casket next turn to clean up Gilded Goose then. That is weak sauce. I am into that. Now, Vanessa, thanks for the follow. Okay, so don't really see any compelling reason to play Wicked Wolf. We're just gonna... Well, I can actually make a... I can actually make a food with Goose. Maybe that's actually a bit better. No, I think using Trail has to be a little better here. There are just like enough strong things I could find that would be worth it. Like another Trail, maybe. Or a Great Henge, that's pretty good too. Huh, am I just playing a Wolf then? To have it in play when the Great Henge potentially comes down? Maybe? Could play Ooze. If I play Ooze, they can Casket the Ooze. Yeah, I think I'm just jamming Wolf here. May seem weird, I just kind of want to get damage in. If they had like Shadow the Sky, then we're sad, but...
tonight,
I just didn't want to spend the turn doing nothing. Prophecy, I think, is pretty good. Yeah, Cardboard Nomad, I think you probably just want to get like another 2 lands in the deck over Florahedrons, and that's the first step. I could see also adding like 1 more mana source of some kind to the deck. But yeah, the combo of Metamized Prophecy and a Doom Foretold sacrificing Metamized Prophecy is really strong. No discard spells are cheating, chat. I won't stand for it. Best friend Skinner, are you asking about my deck or their deck? I don't think this deck just loses to control. It might depend on what... I mean, there are obviously control decks that are probably favored against us. We present a specific spectrum of threats that people can try to fight back against, but... I think asking a question like that is like a... I don't know. Doesn't seem like that's necessarily the case. So I could kill everything now. I think they're going to play an ECD next turn. I would rather wait for them to do that. I think I'm just going to sit tight. They don't know I drew the intervention, which is a really big deal. Like, this just feels like the turn they're going to play ECD. Or they'll play, like, Doom Foretold, and I'll eat that with the Heliod's intervention. It's just hard to imagine too many plays they have that don't play an intervention. Even if they jam Treacherous Blessing, I'm happy to intervention that plus the wall plus the casket and get my Goose back. There's the Doom Foretold. There we go. There we go. Love to see it. Man, maybe I want another copy of this card. This card's lit. ECD will be good for later. For now, I think we're going to... Honestly... Maybe this is just the Scavenging Ooze turn. I think this is the Scavenging Ooze turn. We start eating stuff out of their graveyard to turn off all their Dances of the Manse that they've surely got available to them. So right now we have 3 eats with Scavenging Ooze available. And we can even get the card off of Trail of Crumbs by using the Goose for green mana and tapping the white to get the card. Yeah, Apology. I wouldn't say they're all good. Nylea's intervention is very bad. And Erebus and Perforos intervention leaves something to be desired, but I like the blue, green, and black ones. Okay, Elspeth's Nightmare going to take care of Gilded Goose, it looks like. Okay, opponent does not know how Elspeth's Nightmare works, which is great news for us. Love to see it. Oh no, they do know how it works. Do I have no creatures in my graveyard? I said no creatures in my graveyard. Alright, never mind. They know how it works, I'm just being dumb. But we are going to eat all the stuff in their yard in response to that. Kogla. Land. Kogla? Land. Land? Kogla. Kogla. Alright, so eating the casket as well, I guess. Okay, so not a bad turn for the opponent, but we're fine. We are going to have to ECD it, I suppose, because otherwise they just take our ECD. But we continue to have a Living Goose and a Trail of Crumbs in play. Which is all to the good.
Aaron,
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
Do you still have the poll feature?
The poll feature, what is that?
To poll people?
Oh, poll. Yes, I can make polls.
Cool. I'm curious what the gender breakdown of your chat is.
Okay. How does the poll command work again? Poll.
I don't remember.
Oh goodness, it's in Nightbot somewhere.
I don't want you to have to worry about it.
I won't worry about it now, but it's an interesting question to ask later, potentially.
It's an interesting question.
Opponent has eaten my... Ooh, okay, okay, Doom Foretold coming out. Well, I am going to go ahead and sack this... Huh. What is ECD getting me back? ECD is getting me back a Scavenging Ooze? I kind of want that. I feel like I just want to turn off Dance the Dance entirely. So I think I'm going to use Goose here to make a food and then sack the Goose. Yeah, I think that's the play. Another ECD is actually pretty great, and now we're just going to wolf down the apparition, so the Doom Foretold eats itself. And then we'll have one turn where our opponent can dance back Doom Foretold Minimize Prophecy, I guess. That's not so bad. Did you say skewered, Tammy?
Skewered?
Skewed.
Did I say skewered?
You said skewered.
Oh, well. Clearly,
Clearly, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
So the nice thing is our opponent's Dance the Dance costs a bunch more mana, so they can't get back this Doom Foretold unless they have an untapped land in their 3-color deck.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Zekine, thanks for the follow. Took you this long. Gabe C, nah, didn't really consider Healed's intervention. You have to spend like 8 mana to kill 2 Clovers. 8 mana is a lot of mana. Alright, Wicked Wolf has been eaten. Opponent really should be going after Trail of Crumbs here, probably, but... I'm down for this too. Alright, well, Scooz comes back, for sure. Honestly, Goose is pretty tempting, but... Opponent's got a bunch of stuff I can eat, so I'm just going to get back Scooz and hold their win cons at bay.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
And then
That's
I think
the
it's
goal.
just like cast Land Visionary, hang tight with Scooz, probably. And get all of their targets. We'll see. I may be playing a little bit too, it's possible I should be trying hard to play around Treacherous Blessing, getting them back in the game. But Scooz is doing well. Buck404, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Apparition is definitely a cure for boards that have too much crap on them. And no, Shieldbreaker was A, not a card in my sideboard, B, not a card you can wish for, so
that's the goal.
none of that is true. Not a problem. You are not the first nor the 10th person to ask me why I wasn't playing Embereth Shieldbreaker in my sideboard. Okay, so we probably got things locked up. I just want to put on a little bit of offense here. I want to kill the Apparition. I think I just Kogla here. Could ECD. Could just Yorion get a couple cards off, but I think we'll Kogla here. I think our opponent's just pretty dead regardless. They could have a removal spell in response to Kogla, which might make this a bad idea, but I think they have very little going on. I think they have a Dance of the Manse in their hand. I smell blood in the water, chat. And chat, you know how I am when I smell blood in the water. Alright, blood was smelled in the water. Joe is down. We are top 25? Top 25? Not quite. That's alright, though. That's alright. We ranked up during the stream chat. We had a huge number of viewers, and Yeah, all the sideboard cards did what they were supposed to do, which is a good sign. And I love this deck. I'm going to be playing this a lot off stream,
We
probably.
need to become Aaron Gurtler tonight.
Yeah, and I want to watch Strasky's run in the CFB Championship now, because this was just so fun. I just like everything this deck is doing. Brock Lobster, thank you for the follow. Let's see if we can find a nice raid target. Any suggestions, Tammy?
A raid target.
A raid target.
Oh, I have to go look.
And also, thank you. I don't remember who gave me this list, but whoever it was, if you're still there, thank you for giving us a really fun night.
So, I don't...
We got Oliver 2.
There's also Charizard James who you played the other day.
Charizard James. All right, let's raid Charizard James. We played Charizard James the other day. They're a little bit of a lesser-known streamer. And they're playing Naya Winota, which seems like, something a little different. So we're going to raid Charizard James.
We need to become Aaron Gurtler.
For that, thank you, Rezi, for the follow. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all Tuesdays. I assume some of you are new to the stream, so basically the way we do this is I stream somewhere around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday for now. And yeah, hopefully by this time on Tuesday you'll see me in the top 10 trying to grind toward number 1 with all the other degenerates out there. Catch y'all next time. Charizard James is not a username. What is their username?
Oh, you need... It's Charizard underscore James.
Charizard underscore James is who we're rating. Yes, let's do it.
That's the goal.
Later, Razakun. See ya, Blind Guardian. And good night, all. Schedule on Twitch, Blind Guardian.
What? Wait to turn off your stream.